Hello, everybody. This is Drew, or AKA the Ween. In this case, TPWeen, as my levels are often known as TPWeen levels, or Ween's World, as some are called now. I don't know, whatever name you want to use. Ween's World, TPWeen levels, the Saga, whatever you want to say. Yeah, this is maybe a little bit of a different video, but I thought I'd make like a long form video of kind of just the process that I go through to make a level. I figured I'd kind of walk you through kind of my thought process, and when I go to create a level like this, maybe if anyone cares at all, or if not, just sit here and chill with me while I make one of my next levels. I don't know if this is something that people really want to see, but I thought just in case, it'd be kind of cool to showcase like kind of how I typically would make one of these, since I've made at least 100 levels at this point, and I love doing this, and I wanted to share some of the process with you guys. Maybe you can even learn something from this, because it's quite fun to do, and if you like 2D platformers like I do, maybe you can get more out of this. Yeah, so just for some background information, especially for those who don't know, I love Nintendo and their Mario games, especially their 2D Marios, and I am also a huge fan of their classics as well, like the original 3 on the NES, and going forward, of course. And when Super Mario Maker came out, well, I didn't get that because I didn't have a Wii U. I got Mario Maker 2 when it came out on Switch, and when I started out, I was originally just a consumer. I was just a consumer of levels. I played other people's levels. I think the first thing I did when I got the game was I played the story mode, which was cool. Nothing crazy special, but it was cool. And I made a few levels, but like that was about it. I was kind of just testing stuff out. But my plan was never really to be a level creator. But I started doing it, and a lot of my earlier levels were simpler, easier, but they also had a bit of troll aspects to them, of course. And since then, I went on to make my levels better, bigger and better, and more challenging. And I actually made there's actually a progression through all my levels, and I actually divided all my levels into level packs, or in Mario Maker 2, I put them each into super worlds, because you can do that. Now you can actually make like a map like this you're seeing now, and kind of lay them out. So yeah, a lot of creativity goes into that. But my first pack that I made was actually rips of kind of plays on like the original Super Mario 1 on the NES, like Super Mario Bros. 1, the original. They were kind of plays on those levels. I kind of looked at the level sheets, like the maps of the levels, and kind of made some changes here and there to make them harder. So that was kind of how I introduced myself to the editor, and kind of got some ideas, learned how things work, and I fell in love with it. I enjoyed making levels on that. A lot of time was spent on making levels on that. A lot of time was spent creating the levels, and also clear checking them myself. That was tough, because some of those levels, especially toward the end, they get really hard. And I think I've reached the upload limit of 100 levels. I think I have them all up there now. And that information will be in the description below if anyone has Mario Maker 2 and wants to play my levels, or my I think my most recent Super World. You can find that. I'll drop my Maker ID down there, and stuff like that. If anyone wants to go check that out, I highly recommend you do. However, you will have to be at least a decent player, to get through those unscathed, because my earlier packs, they have some sadistic elements to them, and they're a bit troll, but they're not too hard. But my ones later on, get very hard, especially when I get into my Lost Levels packs. But yeah, I say all that to set up some background information for this here. This is SMBX 2, which is originally from Super Mario Bros. X, which was a free online game you could download. that had like some cool. It's a level editor. You can create your own stuff. I don't know how long the level editor has been a thing. I don't. But like there's like things like the Invasion, which is a really popular pack that was made by the developers. I'm pretty sure. And just combining a bunch of cool stuff, a bunch of the mainline, a bunch of the early Mario games, like mechanics and enemies and graphics and stuff like that were all incorporated into this, and some of the newer stuff, and there's even a couple things from Mario Maker in this now, because this engine is updated somewhat regularly. So yeah. So why am I doing this? I am porting all of my Mario Maker 2 levels onto SMBX 2 because SMBX 2 is free. You don't have to buy Mario Maker 2 to play my levels now. And that's what I want. I may put these like on a download website, maybe have you have the option to donate and support me in my creative endeavors here if you want, but I'm probably going to make it free though for everyone who wants it to be free. Or I might just make it free, period. I don't know. But yes, I divided my levels into packs, and now I'm importing all my packs to this level editor, because not only do this one's also in 16-bit instead of like the 8-bit. There's so much more freedom with this level editor than in the Nintendo's Nintendo's Mario Maker, because not really any size limitations to how big or how many enemies you can have in a level, so you don't run into those issues, or how many warps you can have. You can literally handpick all of these parts. Like, all of these are individually placed. It's not like you can drag and like do it. Like, I mean, you can, but like this is like everything needs to be individually placed. It doesn't clean up the edges of like platforms and terrain to make it look nice for you. You have to do that yourself. You have to pick out each thing. But there's so many enemy types, so many different things you can do. You can create your own graphics and enemy types and import them in here if you want. Like, the possibilities are endless on this level editor. And this has been a thing before Mario Maker even came out. I'm pretty sure. But I found about this like the beginning of this year, and I have been, really, really enjoying porting them over, because not only am I porting them over, I'm making most of the levels I'm making a little bit easier, or I'm trying to anyway, and also expanding upon them. So they're not going to be direct ports. Some of them are pretty close. I mean, most of them are going to be pretty close to direct ports, but there are some of them that I'm taking some creative liberties and changing just like the theme and feel of the level, like maybe what the background is, the music, like what kind of the graphics kind of look like, to better match what I wanted to do with the level originally in Mario Maker 2, because there are some limitations on the Switch and that game that don't exist here. But there also are some things on the Switch that are easier to do than there are to do in this level editor. Like, there's a lot you need to know about this level editor, and there's lots of things you have to figure out along the way. Like, literally, to get like a platform, like to get like an asset to move, like a platform to move, can take some time. And I didn't know how to do it right away. It literally took me half an hour to figure out how to make a platform move back and forth, left and right, through the events, the in-game events you can create and stuff like that. And so, yeah. So I've actually learned even a little bit of game coding through this a little bit. They use this platform uses Luna Lua. So I've learned a little bit of that, and I'm going to have to learn a little bit more, I think, as I get to my more complex ones. But yeah, I'm planning to port all of my levels over to this engine, over to this level editor, and possibly more, possibly even make some new ones and sprinkle them in, or maybe like make like a second pack. You can make packs, you can make level packs in this, and they're called episodes in this, and so. This is my current one. I'm currently working on my Lost Levels, Volume 1, and here's my world map here. This is World 1 of this pack, and it's got one, and the layout is the same-ish, but, you can replace all these individual things. I don't like the map editor too much on this. I actually like the Switch version better. I actually like the Mario Maker's map editing better, just looks cleaner and it's a lot easier to use. But you know, some of these things are sprinkled in, you know, I try to make it look good. And then world 2 is down here. This is the cave world here. And then here's the one I'm currently working on, which is this like desert or like kind of rocky hills kind of one. And this isn't also finalized. This needs a little bit of tweaking, but you know, I'm happy with it so far. I just did this level. I just finished doing this mushroom hut and doing finishing Fire Ice Fortress. And now I'm going to work on this one, which is going to be a desert level. And I thought I'd just make it right now on camera. I'm having some friends play through this, even one or two that haven't played my levels yet, like my friend Joseph, who is really enjoying my packs, or as far as I can tell, unless he's lying to me, which he very well could be, because my levels can be sadistic, or just very hard, difficult in general. But yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping now, and I'm gonna get into this. I think I covered everything I pretty much want to do. Again, this is done out of love. I love the old style, like the classic style, like 2D Mario games, and like I think in this game it feels a lot like Mario 3 on the NES, which had, in my opinion, some of the tightest controls. Felt great to play on, and it feels great. It feels great, you know. And so we'll get into this here. So all these icons, you can attach level files to them because you have your level folder here. This is my level folder for this, and you have your world file, which is where's the WLD right here, and then you have like my in between levels, like the warps from world to world. Those are individual levels, and even the mushroom huts are like, you know, their own levels as well. This mushroom hut, and I made a little barrel mini game where you hop in the barrel and you shoot and you aim and you shoot yourself to try and get as many 1-ups as you can. You know, kind of like the one in Mario Wii. Those like 1-up mushrooms where you would shoot yourself out of the cannon at the moving 1-up things. So these stand still. These just kind of float here, but I'm going to make them harder in later worlds, and I'm going to build upon this because I just discovered this barrel thing and how it works recently, and it's really cool. So, and this is from Donkey Kong, so like that's the cool thing about this. There's like things from Donkey Kong in here. There's things from Super Metroid in here. There's things from like Zelda. Like, there's not a lot, but like there is some, and you can make your own custom. You can make your own custom sprites. You can make your own you can put in custom music. I've already done some of that. You can make custom backgrounds. Like I could literally make a picture of my face and make that the background if I wanted to. Yeah, you can make your own custom. You can even design custom AI for like certain enemy types. I'm not really going to get into that because that requires a lot of coding. So I don't think I'm going to be able to figure that out. I've definitely hit some roadblocks here and there on trying to make stuff work. The level I'm working on today is called Rocky Road Desert, I believe. And so that's what I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna check that real quick. I actually have a tablet down here with a screenshot of the level map that I will be going off of, because again, I am porting the level from my Switch over to this, but I do have to do it by hand because you obviously can't actually port it over. But we're going to be making Rocky Road Desert today. So if any of you have played this level and remember it, or maybe you don't, this is it. This level and any of its secrets will be forever spoiled on the internet. But I don't think this level has too many secrets into it. The one previous, or this cave one right here, the Creepy Crawly Cavern, has a couple secrets in there. And you even grab stars along the way, which are alternate exits in the levels, which is something that I really wish they let you do in Mario Maker 2, was like make like the red flag exits, like secret exits. That'd be kind of cool. Or just have multiple exits in general, because you can in this, and you can make it lead to different areas in the map. Like the secret exit here leads to this mushroom hut here on the water, and then the regular exit will lead you to the next level. So yeah, and I also make it so that the players have to find the secrets to actually progress to the final area of each pack. So you can go back and find those. I encourage exploration. I demand exploration. Maybe, I'm not sure if that's the greatest idea, but that's how I'm doing it. I also am still a little, I'm still a meanie in my levels. Like, again, these levels are hard. But yeah, so let's just go here. We're going to file new level. And here we are. We have a blank canvas. So I've also been learning 3D modeling recently, by the way, as well. That has nothing to do with this, but just I've been learning a little bit of 3D modeling in Blender recently. And I just did the Blender Gurus, if any of you know him, his donut tutorial, and that was actually really fun to do. It's a bit difficult. I definitely don't understand. I definitely still don't get a lot of how the interface works there, because a lot of things are just not what I would think. It's not what I thought they would be when coming from like video editing, like apps like Premiere Pro and stuff like that. Like some of the shortcuts are just seems outlandish to me, but I'm learning a little bit, and I'm planning on working on a project next month, which is in like 2 days, using Blender now that I have some of the basics down. But nothing about Blender. That's not what this is. Maybe for another day. We'll see. But we're going to see. I'm going to adjust my mic here. So first thing we can do is, let's just put our level name in. We're going to go level properties, and we're going to type in Rocky Road Desert. Now, if we put in 2 S's, it would be dessert, and that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that also kind of goes with it, because Rocky Road is like an ice cream flavor, but we're not going to do that. We're also going to enable level timer, because that's pretty standard. And then we're not going to save it yet, because we haven't done anything to it yet, but we'll do it in a second. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out a bit like this, and I'm going to resize the level. So resize it. I'm going to make it pull this up 1, because I think this level is a pretty straightforward level, pretty standard stuff. And that's kind of partially why I chose this, but we're going to just extend this to the other screen. We're going to do this a few times because the level is not short, but it's also not long either. Like, it doesn't take long to get through a level of this size. Like, if it goes to about here, like, that's not too bad. But we're going to make it go back. We're going to go back to 100, and we're going to be, what we can do now is I like to either choose a specific style to go, a game style to go with, but you don't have to adhere to that game style, which is cool, because in Mario Maker you have to adhere to that game style because everything looks nice and clean. But in this, you can mix and match whatever you want. So you can see on the left hand side here, I have a bunch of, these are enemies. Here are blocks from Mario 1. Now this is the Super Nintendo version, so these are all the 16-bit graphics that look nice from like All Stars and stuff like that. Then 2, Doki Doki Panic. There's the background, and there's Super Mario 3. A lot of stuff to work with here. You got the artillery, the airship parts here. You got the snow, desert, stuff like that. And you have all the NPCs, which are the enemies, and then friendly NPCs either. Also, you can put like Toad in there, or Princess. And there's the power-ups, stuff like that, projectiles. And there's also Super Mario World, of course. Can't forget about that game. All good stuff. Lots of stuff to work with here as well. Like, and we've even got some things here like the bumpers, and some new kinds, some new kinds of bumpers. This thing's adorable, by the way. This is a bumper that affects only NPCs. That's why it's like kind of ghost. So yeah, but some of this stuff is hard. And then there's also miscellaneous stuff. They're like look, there's like literally like these little guys from Super Metroid. There's things from Yoshi's Island, like these guys. There's the fuzzies from Yoshi's Island. There's a few things from Super Mario Land. I gotta mess around with the Bombshell Koopa. New Super Mario Bros. DS, got little guys that hang from the little bugs. Got the King Bill. That's gigantic. I have a level that has those in it. That's a really a speedrun level that has those in it. That's really cool. You can put in star coins, which I have been doing to almost every level. And various other stuff. There's a lot of stuff I still haven't explored yet. So that's what's also it's so cool. There's so much I have to learn about this, and that just, that's something. That's one of the things I love the most is that I just learned so much, and there's infinite improvement. You can do a lot. There's a lot of freedom with this level pack, especially going from Mario Maker to this. I have to know what I'm doing now for sure, but if I do know what I'm doing, I can figure it out. I can do so much more than I was able to do before, and that's really exciting to me. And so and also be able to create somewhat of new experiences out of levels I've already made. And it doesn't take me too much effort to recreate these levels because I'm just literally just following this this map I have right below me. You guys can't see, but right here I have my tablet where I have it zoomed up on the level, a screenshot of the level map. And so I can just kind of drop in each block and kind of look down, see where I'm putting things, you know, because I'm basically just copying this over, but I'm going to do it with new graphics. I'm going to change out some of the enemies because now that I have access to more types of enemies and things to interact with, make things a little bit cooler, fresher, and maybe correct some mistakes that I made on the first level, on the first time around, and maybe make things better, you know? So yeah, I'm always looking to improve. So we'll see. But first, we can either choose a style to go with, so like one of these styles, or we can choose a background. I do both of those at the beginning, and I don't know. Let's see. I mean, we're going for a desert level, right? But it's rocky road desert, so maybe I want something kind of gray-ish, maybe something kind of grayish for the terrain. Or maybe a brown, maybe more like kind of brown. Do we have the brown, like a brown texture in maybe like Mario World? We do have this, and that I think could actually work quite well on this level. This can also work, but that's grass. Okay, there isn't really, I don't think Mario World has any desert levels in it, so that's why that doesn't exist here. There's forest. And there was, where was it? There's definitely, there's a cave. I mean, there's this is brown. This could actually be really good. I think I may end up using one of these colors for but these are semi-solids. So you jump through those. So we'll see. I haven't quite landed on it yet because there is desert stuff here from Mario 3, which probably would be better to use. And same thing with 2 as well. They also have a desert somewhere. Oh, right here. It would just be this. And there's also like this desert thing. Got these desert blocks. I think there's a lot to work with there. And there's even there's even backgrounds here where you can make the pyramid and stuff like that. So you can literally make a pyramid like this, and then continue oops. Not like that. You can continue it down like this. We can do a lot with that, with the background elements. There's NPCs blocks, and then which are physical things that you can touch, and then there's background elements that are just in the background. There is not any. Yeah, so I probably want to go for 2 or 3 here. So let's see. Maybe I'll go for 2. And I'll use the desert stuff here. I think that'll be. I think that'll be good. And maybe, and you know what? You can place stuff outside the level too, and it just won't appear. So you can kind of draft some stuff out here if you want. You have infinite workspace. So that's also what's really cool. So I'm actually going to bring this out here just to kind of bring a couple of these out here just to kind of see what it looks like. And you can bring them in like that. But they're just there just to have. If I want to quickly, copy and paste, you can do that with the standard keyboard shortcuts. But yeah, let's start out with, I'm going to start with it coming from off screen, I think. And I'm going to have it look, we're not going to use the top like this, because that's not very desert-ish. We're going to do it just the top like this. So I'm going to make it, I think it probably about, let's see, and I am going to be looking down a lot. So don't mind me. That's just how I work with this, because this is where all my information is just below the camera. But yeah, I'm gonna make it 3 high, I think. Maybe even 4. No, I'll make it 3 high for right now. But I am gonna be cutting some parts out starting now because, some of this is literally me just counting roughly how many blocks wide this piece of ground is, or this platform and stuff like that. So some of this stuff is tedious, and I'm not gonna make you sit through everything, or I might just leave it all in. I don't know if I'm feeling lazy, but I probably won't feel lazy. I probably will give you guys a good experience that you deserve. I'm going to say about 8 across. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we're going to delete this one, and we're going to make this one the curved edge because we have to do that. And then we drag this down and like that. And then we have a pit. And I don't need this, but I do need this bit. right here. And that's important, a little important. So what's interesting, right, is if I had like a ledge up here like this, right, and I'd like, you know, I had like a thing, let's just like say it, you know, let's just do it like this, right, and you had this filled in, right, and let's say like Mario is right here, right, this is player 1, this is player 2, I'll just put this down here for right now, because I usually just start them like that. So if you have a second player, because you can do 2 players in this, you can have them, like, you can choose where each of them spawn on the levels. This is where the spawn locations are. But let's say we have like Mario up here, right, and he's standing on like a block. Like if you jump above the screen, you can actually run on top of the screen and cheat the level. So just by putting another layer up above the barrier will prevent that. And same thing with below. Like if you fall, I mean, you're gonna die no matter what, but like if you fall and you drift right a little bit, the screen will move a little bit, and it seems like it gives the illusion that, you know, it gives the illusion that like, oh, just hollow under there, because I was able to move a little bit. So it's kind of nice just to fall straight down and hit a wall and not like look like you're almost clipping through like a fake barrier, or because like you want this to seem like it's a, you know, it's world building. You know, it's not that important. It really isn't, but you know, I'm a stickler for it, and I'm also a perfectionist. So, you know, that's me. I'm going to save it now since I actually have stuff in here. Rocky Road Desert, we're going to set save, and we're going to make sure this is the right folder. Yes. Rocky Road Desert, now we have a save, and we can save whenever we want. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the background. And oh boy, do we have a lot of options. So right here, as you can see, and it goes down. So yeah. And this is our like section settings, right? And for each new section you add, right up here is you're going to add like other screens, right? So you can add now, if I wanted to make a pipe that goes into an underground like bonus area, or maybe a vine that goes up to a bonus area on the sky, you can make it a sky, and you can have this one be, well, it's black right now, but it'll be desert. You know, so you can do something like that, or you can have a bonus area that looks like this, or you can have it be a dungeon. You can you can make it nighttime. You can have it be a ghost house. I need to make more ghost houses. You can have it be something out of Sonic. I haven't played this game, but yeah, you know, there's a lot in this, and you can also import new things if you want. Like, it's very, very cool. Like there's literally a thing out of like this is out of Super Metroid. Like, you've got a lot to work with, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, I'm not going to mess with this yet because we're not there yet, but, yeah, so we're going to look for the desert ones. We have a desert one here, and this one looks very good. However, I'm not sure if it's giving Rocky Road Desert vibes. And I'm not expecting you to know what that vibe is, but, you know, I made the original level, so I do. This doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't really look like, again, there's green hills, so, like, that's not really... These are like mountains. That could work, but it's still not really giving desert. There aren't that many desert backgrounds in this, I actually realize. So this may be a little bad, but there is a desert at night, which could be good. This one can pass for desert as well. But this is more like a cliff, though. This is more for like a athletic themed level, like a kind of like an air themed level a little bit. There's also like I love this background. This is really cool. Like these these glyphics on the wall and stuff like that. I don't remember that being in Mario 2 at all, but apparently it's there. But there's also a beach. I mean, that could work, but that implies there's water. But if you go to our world map, there is water on the outside, so that could make sense. Although my levels aren't really organized. Like, all my levels on this world aren't desert levels. That's just bullshit. So I don't pay attention to the world building that much. I could always reorder my levels if I wanted to. I may do so, but we'll see. This is also desert. This is also kind of cool. This is a really neat background. These like Goomba pedestals. I don't know where they got the idea for this background, but hey, it's cool, and I enjoy the attention to detail. But yeah, we have this one. This one is never a bad option. This one honestly is an option. I think I'm just gonna go for this one here for right now, because I think that is, although, yeah, I actually think, is there, see, I've already hit a dilemma here, you know what I mean? I could do this. I could make it nighttime, I think I'm just going to go for this one right now, just because I think that's where I'm headed. And we can always change this later. It doesn't matter. We're just going to do this now to have something kind of pretty to look at. And also, you know, sometimes it's easier to do when it's not a black background, so you can get a better feel for it. But yeah, so now we're just going to start building out our level from this point forward, and making some little changes along the way, but nothing too drastic, because I want to keep the feel of the level and the stuff like that, because these are ports, but these are, you know, some of these I'm changing a little bit more drastically than others. I don't think this is going to be one of those cases, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So most of the blocks and terrain I'm going to try and keep under this style just for consistency's sake, and it'll look better. But there's no problem with like mixing in like different like styles, and that's the beauty of this. Is that something that you couldn't do in Mario Maker? You could just mix in different types. You can mix in different play styles. You could have Shy Guys in this level, even though this is, you know, you could have the Charging Chucks in this level, even though this looks like Mario 2, like the terrain and stuff. So that's like really cool, and you can mix and match anything you'd like, and it's really, really cool. These are actually semi-solids, I think, so you can pass through them, and that's not what I'm looking for. So these would be perfect to use for like a thing that I'm like trying to make right here, but you can phase through them if you're not standing directly on top of it, which is not what I'm going for. So unfortunately, I have to do something else. I may end up doing something like this, which could work. Or I might grab something from one of the different styles, because I think I want kind of like for like the terrain, I want kind of like a gray and brown or gray and yellow. Again, Rocky Road, thinking about that a little bit, you know, Rocky Road Desert, you know, I don't want everything to be like yellow. So like, I don't want everything to be like completely yellow, which is the only reason why I don't like this background too much. You know, like I want it to be a type of desert, but the pyramids are a little too like on the nose, I feel like. So I don't know. We'll see. But I normally love the pyramids, but I'm not sure. That's not really what I'm going for in this. So we're gonna see. For now, I'm just gonna make it this. And I'm going to bring this a little bit closer. And I don't even know if I can make... Again, the physics also between Mario Maker and this are different enough for it to matter. So like right here, like for example, like right here, I'm also... if I want to test the level at any time, I just press F5 and it'll bring up this this player, and I can take control. I'm just using the keyboard, the arrow keys, and Z and X. You can hear probably the noise. The audio might be too loud, actually. I'm going to turn it down. I think the audio in this game is loud, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit. But, yeah, I can't even make that jump. So, like, yeah, so I'm going to have to, you know, if it was up there, can I make this jump? Yes, I can. So that's good. That's fine. So, yeah, you can do that anytime. I'm going to save it real quick, just because save whenever you can. I'm going to actually... What do I have here that's kind of gray that also still looks like it'll go with the terrain? Could I do a log in there? No, I don't think that's really what I'm looking for. I could do these blocks. I'm actually gonna go for a world theme here, a world texture here, and go with these. Originally, it was this with this. I'm looking at the level right now. That's what it normally looks like. And that looks good. I actually think I might, you know what? I might keep that. I just think that looks good and looks like, I don't know, it does look more Rocky Road to me, because these are kind of like rocks almost. So we're going to keep that. Actually, we're going to keep that. Yep. We're going to keep that the way it is, and we're going to put a Buzzy Beetle in there. No, maybe not. I don't know. This is an ice guy, so we probably shouldn't do that, but he kind of functions the same way as the enemy I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put a Buzzy Beetle in there. Where is Buzzy Beetle? Oh, right here. Is there a world version of Buzzy Beetle? That might work better here. Oh, there isn't actually. Okay. No, that's fine. But I'm also looking, like, is there anything else that could work better here, right? Like something that I didn't have access to in Mario Maker that I could really make use of, right? I'm thinking about that a lot. But no, we're going to keep the Buzzy Beetle here, just as an enemy. And we're going to put a power-up block above him. And we'll go to world again for this. And we'll just put the power up block just about 3 above where you would stand. And then this, you can right click and we can toggle it invisibility. So we want to make it a DRW block or an invisible block. We can do that. We can make it slippery. So the surface is slippery like it's ice. So we can make any surface slippery if we want to. If you want to be a sadist, you can make it a message box. Cool. So if you hit it, a message will pop up and you can type in whatever you want the message to say. Raw user data. I don't actually know what this does yet. I think this has something to do with coding. So, but yeah, you can go to properties here, and this is where you can mess with a lot of the stuff. So this is where, in this case, we will be able to say what we want to be in the box, and we can make it coins, and we can make it like 100 coins. Oh no, I guess we can. I guess we can do 99 as the max. We can make it as many coins as we want, or we can choose a different NPC, and that includes power-ups. But there's a lot of things here, as you can see, that we get to choose from. We have choices galore. It actually is crazy how many choices you have here. But we're gonna go to the power-up section probably, because this is the first power-up in the level. Or we can make it like an item if you want it to be like a cool like a key, or like a throwable mushroom block, or a propeller thing, or like a vegetable onion. Like, you know, we could do something like that as well. So we're gonna see. I don't know yet what I want to put in here, because again, this is where I make some changes as well. Yeah, you know what I could also do is I could also go to transport, and I can put a Yoshi in there if I want to be a Yoshi, or like a Karibo shoe. I may actually, you know what? I'm gonna introduce a new type of Yoshi to this level, a Yoshi that I haven't put in before. So I think I need. You can even, and when you mouse over these things, it'll tell you what they do. So you can say, what does the Cyan Yoshi do? Cyan Yoshis can be mounted by certain players. A player on Yoshi can use Yoshi's tongue to swallow certain enemies. Cyan Yoshis will always spit ice cubes after swallowing an enemy. That's really cool. I kind of forgot about that. That is actually really neat. And then the other things to Yoshi still applies. So if you get hit, it runs away, you know, stuff like that. Or I could do the pink one. The pink one spits out veggies, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, what does Yoshi? What does blue do? Oh, the blue one has wings. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that one, because that you can choose a level with that. I'm not gonna probably ever put that in here, or I'll have to design a new level around the Yoshi with wings, because again, that wasn't in Mario Maker. So like, you know, that would break any of my levels in Mario Maker at least a little bit if I put that in there. But we will see. I'm thinking I'm gonna do the pink Yoshi, the vegetables. I think that'd be kind of cool. So we're gonna do that. And since it's the first time I am introducing pink Yoshi into this pack, in case for people who who haven't played this before, which are probably a lot of people, because this isn't that popular of a level editor. There's plenty of projects on the website you can find, and you can download and play through them, which is really cool, and they're pretty much all free. But again, this is a free download, which is amazing for what it gives you. But I've ran into some problems with this, trying to figure out how things work, or like how to work Luna Lua. And there's like a handbook online, but it's for an older version. And there are some YouTube videos explaining how to do certain things, but some of them are not. Some of them just don't do the trick for me, or some of them are for like a outdated an outdated version, like 10 years ago outdated. So there's not a lot online. If you're having trouble trying to figure out how things work in this, there's not too much online to find about it. So, it's not like Mario Maker where it's a Nintendo's product and, it's popular. So, yeah. But this is like a hidden gem, really. It really has been for me. So, what I'm going to do here, for people who don't know how the Pink Yoshi works, I'm going to put a message block on top of here. Or I can make it... Yeah, you know what? I was going to have, when you hit this block, maybe the message comes up. But I'll give the option for people who don't want to do it. So I'm going to put a message block up here. And I'm going to do make message box. And we're going to, we have to make an event. That's right. Okay, so we'll make message box. And we're going to say, we're going to tell this event, Pink Yoshi details. Sure. It's literally going to be very quick. And then we put this in. So now we type this in. This is what we want our message to say. So we're going to say pink Yoshis spit out, ooh, if I can spell correctly, spit out veggies when after swallowing enemies. After swallowing enemies. And I'll just put period. Like that's, there he is. Like normally if I was like if this is like in a toad hut or something, because I sometimes have like, I had like a one that was like, hey, can you take can you take my Yoshis out for a walk? You know, you can type that in and you can have it be a little more emotion, but this is just an instruction box. So it could just have a period. That's fine. It's fine if it's boring. Like, you know, you don't need too much. And then we can test it. We can jump up here. We can get this guy. We can throw it up. Get the Yoshi out. Pink Yoshi spit up veggies after swallowing. And then you press the action button again to get rid of it. And now you can do it. And now you can move around and then we can jump off the cliff and die. So we're just going to continue going. I know this is going really slow. I'm just doing a lot of yapping and not a lot of creating. So I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit more now. I'm also not sure if I'm even going to like show the full thing today. I'll probably try to, because I think you guys deserve it to see it. But yeah, I'm going to make NPCs. We'll give you in there. We'll put one of those in there. Do you have an AI setting? No. Okay, so you're just going to stay there and do stuff, I suppose. We're just going to have you go a little bit lower. We already have our first little troll thing of the level. So we're going to get a block here. We're going to put it right here. It's going to be an invisible block. It's going to be a BRW block, and we're going to put in something. We're going to put in something not nice. So this time, this block is going to have something not nice in it. So for people that get stuck in here and they try and jump out of it to get over that thing, they're going to hit that block and get hit. Because again, I'm a very, very mean level creator sometimes. But you know what? What I actually could do is I could actually put in a poison mushroom. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? I'll leave it at that. All right, so next thing, we have a pipe here that we need to put as I'm looking at my level map here. So we're gonna put a pipe in. I could also, since we're kind of going for like for the terrain, right? That is, we're kind of going for like a Mario 2 kind of. Actually, I think I might actually change this enemy too. I may actually make this something from, well, yeah, no, I'll try and put it something too. I'm thinking I could do, what does this thing do? Does this thing bounce around? No. Repeatedly jumps in place. Oh, doesn't it like? Is there other alternate? Oh no, I thought there was a version of this that ran around, wasn't there? Yeah, there's not everything in this game, but there's a lot. There's a lot. I may actually put the tweeter right here. The tweeter right there. That might actually be kind of cool. I just made a level recently with Fry Guy as a boss at the end, and that was kind of cool. Kind of, you know, because some of these bosses, you kind of like, you're like, oh right, Fry Guy. He was a cool boss. You can also make these, you know, the little plants that, and you can make, and you can uproot them when you're playing, and you can make it so that you can pull power-ups out of them. You can have like an ice flower come out of it if you want, you know, or you can have an enemy come out. You can have the coins. You can have, you know, vegetables as normal. Like, you know, you can do a lot of stuff with it. It's really, really cool. I haven't even messed with that yet. I don't even know how that works in this, if it's just a warp or what, but we'll see. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this a vase. And yes, I'm going to keep saying it like that, vase, for the rest of this video. So you're going to get sick of me saying, you're going to get sick of it soon. Trust me. So we'll have that. We'll have a, I don't know, something. We'll have either maybe a piranha plant come out of there, or we'll have maybe or what we could do is we could also have the pipe cobrat or whatever they're called. Have it like there, and then is that how it works? Yeah, there it is. Oh, and they shoot bullets. Oh, that's right, they shoot bullets. Okay, well that might be a little bit more difficult than I'm wanting to do, because I guess we'll I guess we'll see. I could also just do like a piranha plant. Like a standard piranha plant, right? They could also make a standard piranha plant come out of that. Yeah, I like that too. I think we'll just keep it standard piranha plant for right now. Although I do kind of like the idea of the pipe cobrats, but I think we're gonna, you know what? I'll do pipe cobrats for right now, and we'll see if that's too hard. We can always make the change later. You know, I'll even, just in case, I'll put this right below to kind of, as like a reminder, like, hey, that also could be if this is too hard. Normally this pipe is also 2x2 because that's the normal pipes are, the normal pipes look like that. They're 2x2. So this being one, this being one wide, will make the level a little bit more difficult than originally thought. And again, the controls of the characters when you're playing in this aren't quite as freeform as Mario Maker, so we have to keep that in mind a little bit too. That some jumps and maneuvers are going to be a little bit harder to make in this. In some ways, in some aspects are easier. So it's just a little bit. It's just different. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna make this up here. So we're gonna continue the trend of doing these platforms like this. This is not my most impressive level either. I just chose a random one. Like, so this is like, you know, this is not a level where I was like, oh, I can't wait to show like myself making Rocky Road Desert. But you know, this is a level that is part of the packs, and so I'm not gonna leave it out. I'm gonna keep it in. And it's gonna be good. And we're gonna make this, and then we're gonna do this. And another thing, actually, I should do before I get carried away is actually make these a little bit bigger, because I actually wanted to make some of my platforms in these levels a little bit bigger than in Mario Maker, because I sometimes get things that are a little cramped. I'm actually gonna keep this one the same because there's like it's kind of like a symmetry here, and I may just move this invisible block to here. Actually, no, I'll keep it right where it is. I think that's okay, right? So, you know, I don't want someone to hit the invisible block every time. So, you know, they could play this whole level. They could play this level 15 times and not hit that block and not know it's there, and that's okay. So, yeah, we're gonna put a Spiny on here. We're gonna put a Porcupine right there. I think that'll look good. Rocky Road Desert. This guy's kind of looks like a Rocky Road guy. You could put a little Sniffet there. I love the Sniffets, by the way. Sniffets are really cool. They're difficult. These ones are hard. These ones stay in place, and they like shoot a lot, so they can be annoying. And I haven't used them too much yet. But yeah, we're gonna make this one, another one, a little bit elevated too. Actually, I'll put him even 2 up, and then we're gonna have more blokes. So we're gonna have, yeah, one. That's a bit high up. Like, Mario can't jump from here to there. He'd have to get like a running start. But we'll see. Let's see. Let's look in our level, and then we can check in here. What do I even have? I have little drawings. What do I have in there? Oh, a P-switch. It's a P-switch. Okay. Oh, right. I need to see if that even works. So we're gonna put a P-switch. Let's do that right now. Let's test this out, because this level does have P-switches in it. Let's put a P-switch in there. Let's also make it, well, no, we'll test to see if we can do it. So we're just going to play for a second. Oh, this guy can trigger the block. That's something I didn't know. Because this guy jumps a little bit. He can trigger the block, which is not a thing that can happen in Mario Maker. The enemies can't trigger blocks. So I may have to make that a little bit higher so that doesn't happen. Because my intent is not my intent is not to have them trigger blocks. So yeah, that works. I even think he still could. He might still be able to reach where that block is. But yeah. So now we can you know, throw him away. There he goes. We can grab the P-switch. Now I want to see, does this turn these things into coins? Oh, it doesn't. That changes things. All right, so normally these would all turn into coins. The reason why the P-switch is dangerous in this level is because it gets rid of a lot of your ground. There's a point later in this level, I'm pretty sure, where there's P-switches throughout, kind of littering the ground a little bit, and you have to jump over them because you don't want to hit the P-switches, because it's going to turn the ground beneath you into coins and you'll fall. So we need to actually use a different type of block here. So we're going to take this and we're going to remove, we're going to transform. We can actually do it with all three. We can go like 1, 2, 3. We can, we can hold down control and select these and do all of them. Then we can right click and we can say transform into, and then we can choose. I don't normally do it this way. I thought I'd just show it off that you can do it this way. Let's go to Mario 2, and let's turn them. I'm pretty sure that these is it like brick? No, that's brick. What is is it dirt? I don't know what it's called. Stones. Okay. I'm pretty sure those turn to coins. So let's see if that works. Now, I'm also gonna, and that actually looks really good. Actually, you know what? I liked how that looks aesthetically. We're gonna keep it. So now we're gonna do it. See, originally I had these, those where the gray ones were, but they actually look really good with this gray. So let's continue and let's do this and see if this makes them turn to coins. It does. Okay, cool. Now we know that works. That's what we're using. Cool. I'm glad we found that out. I'm glad that turned out because that looks really good. Now we're gonna put these right about here or wherever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's kind of center-ish. I think, that works. That works. And this middle block has something in it. Let's see. We're gonna go to properties, go to empty, where it says empty, block contents, and then we can choose here. Let's see what this has in it. This has a dry bones in it. All right. So we can either choose to keep that, or we can choose to maybe go with something else. We could put Kirby in there. Hey, we'll keep that same. We'll do dry bones. We also have the blue para dry bones. Oh, the blue ones throw the bones, and these ones don't. See, that's something that's not Mario Maker. They automatically throw bones in Mario Maker, or the ones from Mario World do. So I guess they don't always, but you can choose. You can, again, right? You're not locked to like a certain level style. You can kind of mix and match, which is what I love about this. So you don't know what to expect especially when you're playing. So I think I'm gonna keep this one as just a regular dry bones, and we're just gonna have them in there. So we're gonna have another one of these. We're gonna have it about maybe 3 from the bottom. This is gonna be the ground. I think what we want for the ground is, honestly, let me actually take a look at this because we want it to be gray and brown. This works. I think this works. We're gonna keep this the same here, but we're gonna make this ground this actually right here. Now let's take a look again at the blocks from here. I want to see if there's something that's gray that matches well. Is this gray? Kind of. I'm not sure if it's gray. It's the gray I'm looking for. This is not the gray I'm looking for because that's kind of more blue. I want something more in line with this. So see if we can find something that kind of aligns with that. That's like a brick. That's for like castles, and stuff like that. Maybe not. I'm not finding anything right now, but let's look in the other themes. Just in case we can find anything. Not really. I don't think this is what we're really going for either. That doesn't really. Well, we want something gravel. We want something gravelly looking. This kind of looks gravelly looking, but that's an underwater thing. That would look weird. That would look like we're in space. We're on like the moon. So that's not what I'm looking for. Do we have a gray thing here? Not really. Not at all. What about 1? No. So yeah, we're gonna have to do with what we can. We can also look here just real quick, but there aren't really any there's not much here. There's like the Metroid stuff, which is really a stark contrast from the bright, colorful stuff from this. But I have put a couple of those in there. Oh, there are these. Well, that's also kind of, we know what to do for right now. We're gonna put the brown one. Let's just take this and move it over here. Now they know that we're using it. Although I'm gonna resize it. Well, now let's count. This is the tedious part because we're gonna count about roughly how long this is. About 18 long. So we're gonna do 18. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So then we're gonna pull down and do that. There we go. That's where our ground is. Now this is go through, so that's not really like perfect, but We can also do that if we really want to like create like a barrier there, but it doesn't really matter, so that's fine. We have a few Goombas here, but I think I might change those out for something else. I think I might change those out for like Shy Guys or something. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I might be able to actually... No, I'm going to make these Shy Guys. And what's the difference between blue and red? Doesn't fall off ledges. Right. Okay. So we'll make them... I'll make them red. And these Shy Guys are so cute. Look at them go. We're going to make them... Yeah, we're going to do this. Put one like there, put one right here, and then where's the last one? Right there. And then we have a bullet bill. You have a bullet cannon. Bullet bill cannon. So we're gonna just kind of start this on the bottom. And we're just gonna put that up to there. And then we're gonna have this bit. And then we have the actual cannon part, which will shoot bullets. Shoot bullet bills. And you can also make it shoot other things, although it's not quite as easy to make it shoot other things as it is in Mario Maker. Like, it doesn't work the same way. Some things like just don't fly the right way, and I don't know how to change that. There may be a way to change that. There probably is, and I haven't really figured it out yet, which is okay. For now. We're gonna have the Koopas. Koopas. We're gonna have we'll have these variants. We'll have the NPCs. We'll have Koopas right here. Ooh, look at these. And we have the beach Koopas, the ones without the shells, which are very weird to look at, but cool. Make them the green variant. Actually, we might make them yellow. That might be kind of cool. Yellow Koopas. We'll do that, and then we'll put one like this. I'm just following the map here, like there for right now. And you know, what I can also do is I can also make all of these set to a random direction when they first start walking, which kind of adds some variety to the level. Makes it not the same every time. So those of you that try and memorize the level have to actually act on your instincts sometimes. And then we'll have our coinage. So we have some coins here. I'm gonna make the coins these coins because these are cool looking. So like, yeah, I like the look of these coins. Since we're still kind of going with like a Mario 2 theme relatively here. Of course, these are from Mario World, but you know, still looks fine. One gap of 1, we'll do that. And then this one has a 3, this one's 4. So you know what? Actually, I'll do that. And yeah, that's okay. You know what? And I can also just like go like this and make it look pretty okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'll bring these up a little bit. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. We're also gonna put we have a flying. I think that's in here, actually, in the Mario Maker. There's like a Mario Maker section somewhere. Isn't there? Oh, I might be going crazy. I know there's a flying. Oh, here it is. Flying Spiny. Yeah, I know it'll shoot out little spikes. So we're gonna put that right about here because that's where it's showing it is. And that looks pretty good. Let me see if there's anything like that in here that also can kind of have the same. Ooh, these things are neat too. The little, the Panzers, that's what they're called? Damn, the things in Mario 2 have weird names, man. Yeah, well, I know that's what they were called. I completely forgot about that. And it's not like something that's worth remembering. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 tall. And then we go back. Remember, we're using this. So we're just going to... This is honestly something I should do during a stream. But, like, I don't want to broadcast me making all my levels because that kind of ruins the point of people playing them and then not, you know, this level is pretty straightforward, so it's not too bad. But it's like for example, like a lot of the ghost houses I make, which I love ghost house. But I stay true to the ghost house nature and I make them confusing sometimes, like, you know. And like if I was to like make that right now on screen, you guys would know how to get to the end because like I'm very telling you, talking you through it, or at least talking myself through it because I talk to myself a lot while doing this. But yeah, I also normally have music going on in the background and like I'm vibing out to music when I'm doing this, and I'm not doing that right now because I'm recording and I don't want to get copyrighted. So you're welcome. You guys are keeping me from listening to my tunes, so you guys should be ashamed. This is okay. This is where this starts. So I'm just gonna have rogue P switches, if you can believe it. Hey, I don't think that would do anything. Where's the regular P switch? There's the P switch. So we're gonna have a P switch just sitting right there. And so like kind of like what I'm getting at here, right, is like they have these guys and then we go like that and oops, right? There's gonna be a bit of a minefield of P switches. Normally P switches are something you need to hit to get to objective, so that to have them kind of like flipped on their head and have these P switches be something you don't want to hit, kind of a motif I went for in this level. So, yeah. Now this is where I want some gray things. This asset in Mario Maker is actually really cool, like whatever like graphic this is, but this doesn't actually exist in Mario World, I don't think, and it doesn't exist in here either. So we're gonna have to make do with what we have. But I'm gonna do some tests. That's one option. We could also do this. That's another option. Although I was gonna put this somewhere else later, so I don't want those things to clash in case they come out. We're gonna do this one. See that one? That might be the winner. I don't think I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna it's gonna be one of these two. And then wasn't there another thing? What is this? Oh, it's just okay. This thing wouldn't be good right now. That looks too see, the problem with these ones, right? Like those could work, but the color is too blue. It's too cool, right? It's too cool of a color, right? Like there's sun shining. Like this is gonna like look a little too. This looks a little wrong to be out here. We could make it skulls. That'd be kind of neat. But this isn't like a terribly deadly level. I don't need like skulls. I don't need to go that hardcore. I also don't want to mesh too many styles at once. So we're gonna do this. Hopefully it'll work out okay. We can always change it later. So yeah, we're gonna do it and we're gonna make it. I think it's gonna be about at level. Actually, we'll do it up here. Let's do it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and then we're gonna do the same. Not quite the same. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across again, right there. And this is where it's a little tough because you know what I'm actually gonna do? Because people on first instinct may not know that you can fall through this, so they're gonna run here and they're just gonna fall through. And of course you can also of course just try again because that's just a trial and error thing. But I'm actually gonna layer it like that, and that also looks better in my opinion as well. And now it's a little bit more obvious that you probably can go through it because there's like this overlapping here. So like, yeah, I think that'll be easier because now you can be like, oh, like I can like go in here and oh, these are overlapping. You can kind of test it and you're like, oh, I can go through these. So now you kind of get what's going on. We have a flying bomb. The thing that I do wish that you could do in this that you can do in Mario Maker is give any enemy wings and make them fly. Because that actually makes a lot of them function differently too. And I do miss that. That is a little annoying. You can kind of do that with like putting them in like bubbles. Wherever that is. Yeah, you can kind of like put them in bubbles and have them float. But like that's not really the same thing. Sometimes that breaks the immersion I'm going for. Or the theme I'm going for the level. But it wouldn't be too bad here. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'll just do the bubble. We'll do the bubble and we'll see. I don't think there are any flying bombs in here, so let's see. Let's see. Is there anything in here in this enemy set that we think could also? I mean, there's a bomb, but it's not airborne, and I want it to be airborne. We're gonna have a hammer bro here, so we don't want this too cluttered. Anyway, we want something to fly this way. I'm thinking I'm gonna put this bomb in a bubble. And I think I'm already doing this wrong. I think I just need to put the bubble and then have it contain an NPC. Yeah, contain. There we go. And then we have it stationed just about like right here. Yeah, that works. And then we just see how it looks. It looks pretty good. We hit the bubble. Oh wow! If it lands on the P switch, it doesn't. Oh well, that's not where I wanted to throw that, but we'll figure it out. Again, the way the enemies interact with stuff, we'll also find out as we test it, or when we go for our like final test, kind of. But we're gonna see. So now I want our hammer brother on here. So we have some options. I think I'm gonna go for. Well, we have the Mario 1 Hammer Brothers right here. But we also have in Mario 3. There's a lot of options. And even for Hammer Brothers, we have the ones that throw hammers. We have the ones that throw the boomerangs, the Boomerang Bros. You have the fire spitting ones. And we even have the Sledge Bros in here that slam the ground. So we have some options. So I'm just going to lay them all out here. It's cool watching. Oh, you can also turn on and off the animations if you want to save, like, processing a little bit. But, like, it's not that big. These aren't graphic intensive. This is not crazy stuff. But, I think we can do some cool stuff. Now, fire might not be bad because it's hot. It's desert. Or presumably it is. But I might make it a... And I'm also going to layer these. Let's also layer these because these are both the same thing, basically. But you want to know the options there. So I think I'm going to go for... I might just go for this guy. And he also has like some modifiers. So some enemies can have some modifiers. Don't bonk ceilings, for example, right? Or ledge radius. So like when you want to like them to jump, ledge jump chance. Like I haven't messed with that too much for these guys specifically, but you can, which is cool. There you can like actually like tweak like their AI, like the specific numbers behind it, and like cycles and stuff. It's really, really cool. Well, I'm not going to give an example. Well, sure, I'll give you for example. For example, like these burners and stuff, you can have them like this one turn on and then this one turn on, and you can even have like 3 or like however many cycles you want of like different burners turning on. So especially if you're doing like an airship level or something like that, you can have a lot of burners. And they even got stuff like the quad like burners in all 4 directions, like, and you can make it spin if you want. Like it's got a lot of cool stuff. And again, some of this blew my mind because I didn't know something like this that had so much freedom and so much, that going from Mario Maker to this opens up to so many more opportunities for me to make cool stuff and put some interesting stuff in these levels. And it's entirely free. So yeah. And you don't have to make crazy like impressive, like intricate levels either. You can make very basic stuff and still have it be great and playable, and so don't feel discouraged. I'm learning a lot through this. So, and I love learning through stuff like this. Like I have a blast making these levels. And I'm running to the point where I'm running out of ideas to do for levels. That's why I haven't really made any like new ones recently. But I have some ideas still that I want to execute on, but like I'm starting to run out of ideas. It's kind of hard to keep the creative juices going all the time. Plus since I've done so many. Now let's do the pipe cobra. So we can copy and paste again, put that there. There we go. Now this normally was higher. This pipe was a little bit higher, but the jumping is not quite as high in this game. Like you can't use the momentum as much to get higher jumps. So, and the fact that this thing's gonna jump out and shoot a bullet, like I think I'll make this jump a little bit easier. So I made it 1 tile shorter to make it's still gonna be challenging because this thing's gonna jump out and sometimes shoot bullets. Rather than before, what I have right here is just kind of regular piranha plant that comes in and goes back down. So yeah, we'll see. Another Buzzy Beetle. Let's get him. Put him on a random direction. Okay. Bullet Bill Cannon. After 4 blocks. So we'll go like this. It's going to stop right here about, I think. Yep, it's going to stop right there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to get this one. And then we're going to get this one. It's going to be shooting a cannon. We're shooting a bullet bill out there. I'm going to have the brown textured ground again. This one. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And put it like right about there. Make this come down to that, and there we go. Now we're gonna see. So it'll be about 8, I think. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then put a pipe that comes in like this. Or put a pipe, yeah, that comes in. Actually, you know what? I'm actually not gonna do like that. Oh wait, it comes out at the bottom. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's okay. That works. We can, yeah, but that works. That works. We can do that. I think I'm actually making a vase like this. And yes, I'm gonna keep saying vase. I know it's vase or whatever. I like saying vase. Do that. And then we'll have, okay. Oh, we forgot to put our little rock block here. There we go. We're gonna have stuff. We're gonna have things come out of this. Actually, that'll be kind of cool. Or we'll just have like a little, yeah. Well. Can I have them come upside? Can I make these things go upside down? Oh no, they can just face left and right. Oh wait, what about the pipe? Oh dang. Okay, you can't make them come upside down. That'd be kind of cool if you could. They could. Okay. You can make them drop out of pipes and run around on the ground, which could be cool, but that's okay for right now. I'm actually gonna keep. I'm gonna do. I don't know how this is gonna look, so let's see. I'm gonna try something real quick. We're gonna take the gray one because I kind of have like a thing that goes up. That's 4 wide, like this. Like, what happens if? Does that look weird? Kinda. It looks a little weird. I want to see how it looks with this instead. That looks kind of cool. Actually, kind of. Yeah, no, I think I'll keep it consistent. I might go with this, so I might just do that. And I'm gonna take it over to this. I think I'm just gonna have to do this. This is maybe might look a little off, but I think it should be okay. Put that there. Fill this in. Let me just kind of do it up here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And in case anyone can get up here, I'll put coinage up there just because if people can get up there, good for them. There's not really anything meant to be up there because there's going to be a pipe that comes down from this. Ooh, and we'll, yeah. So yeah, but that'll be a nice little bonus for anyone who goes up there. I'm not going to put a star coin up there or anything because I'm trying to keep my star coins the same. I think I'm actually going to keep this one lower as well. I'm going to have, I guess, something come out of that. We could have the we're going to have to make this one just a regular piranha. So we'll do that. We'll make it go upside down. There we go. Cool. Now does it look weird without? It looks fine without that too. But I think having this kind of background is kind of cool. Yeah, I think that looks weird. I think the little rickety things look better. So yeah. Now here we're just gonna have. Now can I put the cobrat in there? Because I have enjoyed using the cobrats, the pipe cobrats. These cobrats are basically like in the desert levels anyway in 2, I'm pretty sure. But yes, we're gonna see. Now we're over here, but we can get over there real quick. I enjoy playing the game anyway. Got this guy. Yep, we have him shooting. This. Oh, see, he's clipping through, so that doesn't work. So we can either make it lower, we can make it not this little vase, or we can make it like this, or we can switch the enemy for something else. And I think that might be what I do. I think I might switch the enemy for something else. Although it does seem to kind of, I don't know if this is going to look any better. This might also have the same issue where it's clipping. Oh no, It actually hides it really well. Okay. We might do that then. Now I might actually keep... Yeah, no, I'll keep that the way it is. We'll just have that come out of there like that. Although I think for this, it would actually look better. Do I have that anywhere else? I think for this, it would actually look better with these green guys like this. I think it would look better because they're a little bit smaller. So let's just do that. These little green guys. And we'll have them. That would look really good here, I think. I like the yellow ones, but the yellow ones shoot a lot of like fire. And well, that's okay. And I've used those in other levels. I don't think that's the move here. So we're just going to have them come out of these pipes and kind of try and nip you. So I think that'll be good. Now up here, apparently we have a Monty Mole. So let's get the Monty Mole out. Now I want to see, does that trigger? It doesn't trigger. So this works a little bit differently than in Mario Maker. Wait, is he not even here? Wait, where did he go? Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's see if it triggers. Does it trigger anywhere or when I'm like under it? Oh, they know it just triggers. Oh, wow, there he goes. He really flew up. Well, we're just going to have him there. And then we have a big Monty. Can the big ones? The big ones can't bury, can they? The big ones don't like bury. No, they just fall. Oh, this is also a semi-solid, so this may not even work. Oh, no, it works. Okay. We'll have him right there. We'll have him just... Well, you know what? I have a big Monty Mole here because you can make any enemy big. I may actually just do 2 small ones, and we'll see how that looks. So we're going to do that one there. I'm going to do this one here. And we're going to see how that looks. Oh, look at that. And then they have that guy coming from the top. But I wouldn't be starting here, so that's fine. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll do that. And we'll just carry on. So I'm going to take these ones. Go like this. I'm just going to make them a little bit higher. Create a little bit more of a challenge. Have 5 in between. 3, 4, 5. Put those there. Go to 2. Blocks. Scroll down because it's down here. Do that. Yep. The coins. We'll have 3. Another Buzzy Beetle. So we'll have that guy just like right here. We'll actually have a little bit off center there. This guy going a random direction. Have that right there. Okay. Now we gotta get out this again. This is where I actually had this texture before. Let me have that just go down. Yep. Go over here and put all these like that. We have like this. Yep. I'm gonna have some things in a few of these blocks. But first, let's put in the enemies, actually, in this case. We'll put in the Monty Moles that we need to be buried. So this first one will be on the right about here. I have them at the top, I think. And then we'll have another one right before the end, right about here. And then that looks pretty good. We're also going to have a couple Hammer Brothers here as well. I think I'm either going to do the same to keep it consistent, or you know, I can switch it up a little bit. So do I still have my Hammer Bros? Oh no, I don't. Yeah, well, I should have got rid of them because you don't want to keep those there, but it doesn't matter now. I know how many there were anyway. There were 5 types because including the Sledge Bro. I think I'm just going to make this first one on the bottom hammers. Hammer Bro. Have him sit there. I also want to see ledge radius. Okay, let me see. How far up or down this bro is willing to jump to find another ledge? So I don't know if this is like... I haven't actually entered this. So don't bonk ceilings. Correct. Because you want these guys to be able to jump. I'm going to say 4. And we're going to see what that does to him, because I haven't actually messed with that setting yet, but I've been meaning to. Let's see where he jumps. That is a lot farther than I thought. So what does 4 mean? I thought 4 was how many tiles. Ledge radius 4. What happens if I say 3? Let's see. He jumped way up here. Oh, now... That was just a normal jump, I think. Okay, that is still... Oh, is it actually, like, how many ledges? Like, actually? So if it's just 1... No, wait, what? Oh my gosh. What is 0.5 then? Oh wait. Well, then what is 0? Okay, that's a regular jump. That's like a small jump, I think. Oh, maybe no. I think that was his jump. So why does 1 so freaking high? Literally 1, a value of 1 makes him jump all the way the frick up here. I'm pretty sure. He can jump all the way up. Well, you know what? I don't get that. I want to see what happens if he's up here. What happens? Because maybe it's like when he's going down it's talking about. I don't know. I want him to jump down. Can they not jump down? Okay. I don't understand. So I'm going to figure that out later. I guess. I'm just going to keep his ledge jump chance lower. I'm gonna keep these both hammers just for now, just for simplicity's sake. I may make him something else later. I think it could be have a boomerang, maybe. I don't know. Same thing with this guy, I guess. We'll just have it 1 and we'll have 0.3. I'll just do the same thing. So see, there's already something. There's an example of me not quite knowing how something works, or maybe that is how it works and it just isn't very fleshed out. I don't know, but we will see. I'm also gonna make this higher up because I just feel like it should be higher up than it is. But yeah, we have a thing. We have a few blocks in here that contain things, probably enemies, and then probably one of them has a power up. Yep, I was right. So this one here, I may actually make 2 of them have power ups, just to be a little bit nicer, but we'll see. So we're gonna do properties. Empty. We're gonna have it contain something good, so we'll some sort of bonus or a power up or something like that. It's not going to be any like kind of Yoshi, I don't think, or anything like that, because I can already have that in this level and I don't want to overload. So especially if you're doing this solo, which most people will probably be doing this solo, and also I've never really designed my levels around 2 players, but they're all designed with 1 player in mind. But they all can be done with 2 players as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we're gonna make this a power up because I actually just realized that we don't actually have a power up in this level yet, like an actual power up. So we had the Yoshi at the beginning, but I don't think we have anything else. So we have our power up list here. We're gonna go to here, and there's got a bunch of good ones. They've got the 1-up mushrooms. You even have the 3-up moon. You can get a random power up, or no, this one switches player 1 into position. It's really interesting and weird. But yeah, there's some of these that we're not going to use, like the fairy pendant and stuff. But they have the classics, fire flowers. Hammer suit's good. This hammer suit is busted in this. We got the heart from Mario 2. We have the heart piece from Zelda. We have the ice flower, star, super leaf, mushroom, and the beloved Tanuki suit, my favorite. But yeah, let's do we could do ice flower because that kind of conflicts with the elements here, or we could just do a no, we're gonna do something good. We're gonna do an ice. Or, you know, I'll make this. This one's not going to be the main There's not going to be the main power up block. So I'm going to make this one a mushroom. And I think that's, yeah, I think that'll be good. I'm going to make this a mushroom. Let's see. I'll do this like a Super Mario World mushroom. Although I don't like the look of that one as much generally. But so this one's going to have an enemy in it. I think it's going to be, what is it here? It's a bomb. Oh, man. We're going to change that, actually. I think we're going to change that. Let's look at other NPCs, and we'll see what we have. Let's go to here. Let's go to miscellaneous. Let's see what kind of wacky things we can have. Let's go to enemy. You know what? Actually, I want to try the bombshell Koopa. So we're gonna do the bombshell bomb. Let's see what happens. I want to see what happens when I hit that. Oh well. Can I grab it? Nope. Okay, and there it goes. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll put in the ice flower here. Put in ice flower. And then that's pretty good. We're gonna have, I don't know what we're doing here necessarily. Actually, I know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna make another one of these, and we're gonna have it, I think it just goes to there. Yep. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks pretty good. Yep. It overlaps a little bit, so that looks a little odd, maybe, but not too bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna put. Now we're gonna get these vases here again, or vase. We're gonna have this one come up like this. Yep. And we're gonna have this one. Ooh, that's gonna be tough if there's a Cobrat in there. There's a lot going on in here. Although once these guys are out of the way, yeah, no, it's not too bad. You know what? Nope. We're not gonna. We don't hold back. We don't hold back. We can, or we could. Well, we could have the piranhas in there. No, we're gonna have the Cobrat, the pipe Cobrat in there. Actually, no, because there's gonna be one coming down from the top too. So yeah, I'm gonna do. Yeah, and actually this will actually have to be a little bit farther out because we have one coming down from the top here. And since this, I'm being a little weird with this because this is normally this is normally a pipe that's 2 things long, 2 things wide. But, you know, the pipes in Mario 2 are like these vases that are only 1 block wide. So it's a little bit different. But we're going to have it do, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky jump. Well, if you're running and you're rushing through it. But if you take it carefully and you kill all these enemies beforehand, this isn't hard. So we're going to take those piranhas again, I think. Yeah, we're going to have the green piranha. Set direction down. So now it's coming out the right way. May I actually make this lower just to make it a little bit easier. Oops, can't press delete there. A little bit easier to do. Also, like it's E to bring out eraser. I don't know why I'm telling you that. You can learn it yourself. This is not a tutorial on how to use this level editor. I'm just saying things that I've learned that may help people. But like this isn't meant to be a tutorial or anything. This is just to chill with me along my level editing process. If anyone was curious about how my process goes through when I'm creating levels, and I've been recording for over an hour and a half now. So like, and we're just about to hit the checkpoint, like the halfway point. So yeah, these things take some time, you know, because I put a lot of care and love into these, and I want them to be good. So yeah. I might make this one taller to make it a little bit dicier. Now let's go and kill this guy. Let's go see what happens here. Oh, they run into the hammer, bro. Oh, but then he jumps. Okay, you know what? That's cool. I like that. I like that. I want to get the power up. Get that guy out of there. That's okay. Get the power up. Let me go like that. Oh yeah, that's not a bad jump at all, but you have to be careful with this guy now. Ooh, okay, yeah. I like that. I like how that is. I'm happy with that. So now we're gonna take. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to actually, instead of making this like a tall thing that it's showing here, because you got a lot of overlapping kind of semi-solids here, we're just going to make this a ledge. So we're going to, and oh, it's a, you know what we can actually do here? We can finally use these blocks, although I'm not sure if at this point if it makes much sense to. But I know, I think it does. Let's do this part that leads up to it, because you're not going to be able to get there from here. Let's go back to this. We have our blocks. These are single blocks, so these are going to be a little bit tricky jump, but shouldn't be too bad. And then we're going to do it like that again. Yep, it's kind of straight up like that. I can put one of these guys on there. Looks pretty good. Oh, you can also just jump up there, which really easily. I don't know why. Oh, well, that's fine. It doesn't matter. That's okay. If you want to go over, you can, but if you want to get under and get these power-ups, you can. So I'll do that. You know what? To incentivize it even more, I'll put some coins in here. And none on the top. Because, again, going on the top is the easy way around. But if you want some more, you know, you can go down. And there's also a nice flower and a mushroom in here for people to get. So, you know, if you want power-ups, which you do generally on TPweisengame levels to give you extra hits. So that's nice. So now let's get out this. I think we can finally use these pass-through blocks, the desert pass-through blocks that look really good. Or at least I think they do. I think we're going to put them just right here, and we're going to put the checkpoint right there. I think this is 3 above. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll put the checkpoint there, and we'll just do that like yeah, we'll do that like that. So let's go find that flag, the checkpoint flag. It'll be an NPCs, and it'll be down here somewhere. Yep, checkpoint flag right there. There it goes. We drop that in. And then we're going to do a little bit of trolling again. We're going to have 3 of these blocks like this, invisible. But one of them has something in it. It's probably nothing good, but let's see. Oh yeah, it has a Monty Mole in it. We also forgot to put something else. I forgot to put a Monty Mole right here. Oh, right, it doesn't work. You have to like drop it. There we go. Let's do that. Does that work? Ooh, it does. Okay, cool. Okay. I may actually do it here instead because that looks better. So it's not too much easier with this guy here, but we'll see. So we can either keep this guy as a Monty Mole, which would be pretty. Yeah, let's do that because that's going with the level theme. So let's go to here and let's go to NPC and we'll type in Monty. Yep, Monty Mole. There it is. He's dropped in. Awesome. Structure like this. Kind of goes just straight down. And I don't know if we want it to be. Yeah, actually, no, I'll make it a little bit shorter just because. Yeah, we can do that. And then we have a pipe that we need to go into. Yeah. And we're just gonna, yeah, this is gonna keep, we're just gonna leave some space here because we'll come back out here later. We don't need to make like a separate like workspace for this really. But yeah, let's see. So we'll put a vase there. There's a blooper out here apparently, and the bloopers cannot float in the air and when they're not in water in this, which is interesting. But like you can just put them in the air in Mario Maker, which is cool. But I'm gonna have to replace that with something else. We're gonna have to do something very different here. I think we could just do something. We could do like one of the panzers directly upwards. We can do this toward the player. Yeah. So let's do it like here. And see, we'll just put them on a ledge, right? We can just do the this. Yep. Now let's see how threatening is that, right? We want to see how. Oh, how threatening is that? Okay, well, all right. So not threatening enough. We got to put it up. I like how this is going so far, though. Can this hit the player? If you're standing on the edge, yes. So we want it to be a little bit higher to actually kind of cover that space, right? We want it to like threaten that space. So you have to time it. That's still not high enough, so I'm actually gonna raise it up 2 and see what happens there. Yeah, that works. Now let's see. Let's just put us here. That probably hits you. Yeah, that probably hits you, but that's okay. That works. Yeah, I like where that is. We'll just keep it there for now. And now this is actually not a secret warp. This is actually not a bonus area. I mean, it technically takes you to a bonus area, but no, it's really just the next way to go because there's going to be a gap here. I have a gap here, and then you come out later after the next area. So we will do that. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to move this, and we're going to create a warp. So we have our warp tab here. And warps and doors. So we can add a warp by pressing plus, and we're going to go set entrance, which is going to be right here. That's going to be 1. And then we'll set our exit, which will be on this next screen because that's where we're going to. We're going to be going to an underwater area, I think it is actually. And I think we're going to keep it that way. Yeah, an underwater area. So we're going to do that. So we're going to get an underwater area. We're going to set the warp type here to pipe instead of door, because door you just press up to go in, but pipe you input the direction, and you can choose which way you go in. So this is the entrance and exit area here. So which way do we enter? Down, because we're going down. So we're going to press down here, and then I think when we get, and then we'll click the other one. We'll mess with the other one once we actually set the exit. But let's go to the other area first, and let's first extend this, because this is gonna go. Oopsies! I pressed set entrance. What am I doing? Got to go to this, and then we go to resize section. We're gonna drag this just over there for just right now. Zoom in a little bit again. We're gonna choose our background. We're gonna choose our background first this time, and we want an underwater thing, most likely. So, yeah. With underwater stuff, you can choose underwater things if you want. There aren't too many options, I don't think, for this. I think there's only like a couple, actually. There's this one, which is beautiful. I love this background. There's this from, Mario 3, I guess. And then I think that's it for underwater. But there are some cool things you can do. You can honestly you can choose any background you want, really. You can choose, like, you can choose, like this, and then you can also, there are also like background elements where you can put in water like this on the top, and you can fill in the bottom like this, and it basically covers the background. So it's, if you want just a blue background for an underwater area, which I very well may end up doing here, you can also do that. And you can also do it with like a lighter color. I think, can you see through this one? Oh no, you can't. Yeah, none of the water in this unfortunately is like transparent, which kind of sucks. So you can't like see, like, I wish you could like change the transparency. I mean you can probably, honestly, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can change the transparency of object in this. That's actually a very good question. Myself. There's this. This is just for like, oh yeah, no, that's not something you really want to look at. That'll kind of get old. That'll kind of screw with your eyes, especially this. Like, looking at this, like, imagine the whole screen is filled with this. Like, this can like screw with your eyes. Although it is a very pretty water texture, it's very impressive, and I actually really like looking at it. But looking at it for a long time can kind of mess with your eyes. So I'm not going to do that at all. But we have a few options here. I'm gonna try this one right here. Let's see what happens. So this looks pretty good. Now we would have to. Now it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep this. Well, we'll keep it whatever this was. So we'll do it like that, and we'll just do it like that. I'll just keep this the same. I'm pretty sure you can lock all background layers or something as well once you're done with that, so that you don't like accidentally move them, which is what I'm going to do here. But like, for example, let's just like put this in just at the beginning to see what we're messing with, to see kind of what the vibe is. You know what I mean? So we'll just kind of fill this in. This can get a little tedious, but it's necessary if you want to actually make this look like water. Remember this being kind of like a hard section, by the way. So I hope it, we'll see. But Oh, well, that's because there's a flying boom boom here, which we cannot achieve here because we cannot give boom boom wings in this. So we're going to have something else threaten the space a little bit. We could have a Lakitu. We could do that. But we'll have to see. Let's take a look in here. We could have a Lakitu just throwing stuff. Just throwing the eggs. We can also make him throw other things, I'm pretty sure. So, like, throw delay, user and oh, maybe not for this. I think the other Lakitu, the Super Mario 3 Lakitu, can do that. Like, let's see. Here he is. Can I, like, I think you can do more with him here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Really? Oh, there's one in World too, isn't there? Is this the one? Maybe this is probably the one that you can configure. Oh, contents of current container. Wait, is there one here too? Oh no, there isn't here. Contents of, okay, so if you use this Lakitu, you can make him throw other things like other types of enemies or like projectiles. You can even make him throw coins or power-ups if you want. Pretty much anything in the game you can throw. Not everything's gonna work how you probably want it to, but you know, you could technically do it. I think I'm going to make this guy just do it. I think I'm going to delay his throw. So we're going to put a little Lakitu underwater, which is, you know, a little strange, but he's got goggles, so he should be fine. We don't have to worry about him. We're going to put our vase. Yeah, or, well, let's see. This is a different area, so we can have it look a little bit different. I think I'm actually have this one have like a one style, kind of. Although the water, I mean, the water could be. No, this should be fine. We're gonna have a pipe. We're just gonna have this one. We're gonna have him come out of a pipe. So this leads, like, you know. Again, these are the lost levels, so things are supposed to look a little off sometimes. Feel a little off. You're like, you know, you enter into this vase, and now you're coming out of an actual pipe, right? You're like, wow, these are lost levels. It sounds like there's a bunch of stuff just scrambled. That's why every level on this world map isn't a desert level. You know, like there could be an ice level in here or a forest level. That's the lost levels for you. They're scrambled, timeline scrambled. I don't know. I didn't really come up with that much lore for it, but there's something there, you know. We're just going to have this one come out just pretty low down to give the player enough room to like get ready for the spinies that are going to be thrown. I'm going to have this guy just sitting here for right now. But yes, let's go back to our warp real quick, and we're going to set the exit right here. I'm going to have the exit have you come up because that's where you're coming up. Or we could have you come from the side. No, we'll have him come up. That's how it was originally anyway. So we have a pipe. Yep, there we go. We can also, this is also important if you want to allow items in here or not. I'm allowing items through these pipes from now on just to promote creative like use of the items if you hang on to items, but I also am aware that that can lead to possible cheese and breaking the level if you bring certain items. But like, you know, that's fine. And you can choose if you want to allow mounts. So like if you're like, if you have a Yoshi, if you enter a pipe where it doesn't allow mounts, you won't take Yoshi with you. And you can also make it locked if you want. You can make it locked that you'll need a key to open it. I don't think you can do that with a pipe, or maybe you can. I don't know if it works with pipes. That seems weird. But you can definitely do it with like doors. You can make doors locked. And you can also make it require a certain number of stars to enter, which is how I make my transitions between worlds. Like if you're going to the final world and I want you to collect all the secret stars to get to that final world, you can just put a lock on that pipe or on that door to get to the final world map, and to say, hey, or to get to the final level, you can say, hey, you need this many stars to get this far. If you haven't collected all of them so far, go back, find them, explore a bit, revisit some of those old levels that you hate so much or love, depending on who you are. And find those secrets, and then come back when you have enough stars so that you can take on this final challenge or whatever it is, you know, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that here in this case because this is just a level. So we're going to do that. We're going to have another pipe. Yeah, we're going to have another pipe here. This also very important. We need to set this section to underwater so that we have water physics, because if not, you would just be jumping normally. But now we have water physics. We're going to have something in here. Now we got to have the cobrats again, honestly. We could do the pipe cobrats here. I think that would actually work pretty well. Let's do something difficult, because again, this thing isn't going to be as hard as the flying boom boom, because it's not going to swoop down and try and kill you. So I don't know if there's anything I can do. I don't think the Angry Sun's in this either. The Angry Sun is not an enemy, unfortunately. But who really likes the Angry Sun? I mean, I do, because I'm a sadistic piece of crap. But you know, I'm also a level. You know, I'm the creator in this sense. So you know, and I like playing challenging levels. I'm trying to think of like an enemy that can kind of float around, but also can pursue you, and that's not a mask. I could bring in the mask, but I don't think... That sounds like hell in an underwater level, because the mask is going to move around normally, and it's hard to dodge that thing normally, and with water physics, that sounds impossible. That sounds like a very bad time, so I'm not going to put the player through that. Yeah, not going to do that. I could do this thing. This thing also seems really hard. But let's see. Let's test it. Let's see what happens. Ooh. I mean, it's more constant chasing, and it really makes you rush. I could also do the one that shoots fireballs at you. Oh, and then it runs out, right? Yeah, and then it runs out. That's also not a bad idea. You know what? I'm gonna pull some enemies up here, and we'll pull up a pool, and we'll kind of like analyze them all and figure out which one to do. Yeah, we're good. Let's do the lock 2. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Now I'm gonna fill the rest in with water layer, but I'm just gonna put these in first and then throw them in. We can make this one what is it called? A volcano, fire spewing piranha plant, and we can make it. And look, this thing has a lot of fire piranha plant settings. We have you can choose. First off, the biggest thing, you can choose what type of projectile it spits out, which is crazy. I don't normally mess with that too much, but I have a couple times. It's funny. I had one spitting out like footballs from charging chucks at one time. It was funny. But let's just change the number of fire spurts. Like let's do 2, so it'll shoot twice. So we have 1, 2, and since it's underwater, let's make the delay almost double. Oh, wait, almost double. So we'll have it take a little bit longer to shoot its second spurt. Gives it a little bit more of a gives it a little bit more of a slower like kind of speed, so that it, you know, since it's underwater and since you're slower underwater, it gives it a little bit more of an immersive aspect that it's like also slower too. So yeah, we'll do that. That looks pretty good. I'm actually gonna make this higher to give it a little bit more of a challenge, because to get over that, and it's shooting more of an arc. It's actually arcing more. Now here we could make it that we could do the same thing, or we'll do something different. No, you know what? No, we'll do the same thing. Well, actually, let's keep it consistent. We'll have some fire down here. Now we could do the same thing where we make it shoot twice, or we can maybe change something else. We could do the fire per spout. We can make it more. We can make it like 4, right? 4, look at that. Now what if we change the speed to 16 instead of 6? See, it goes out farther. Now that seems crazy, so we're just gonna keep it at 6. But we do have more spurts now. Now you have some variation in how these guys shoot. See, it's a little bit of a, a little bit more to look out for. Now here, I think we're gonna bring back the gray blocks to kind of keep some of it on theme, unless there's something here that would look good. Oh, maybe the blue like kind of underground blocks would look good underwater, or we could just do these green ones. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, let's try these blue blocks. Let's try and see how that looks. I want to see, let's actually go to here. We can actually go to this search browser here. we can actually search for things. Coin. Oh, NPC, right? Coin. Oh, we also have the ring, the Sonic rings, if you want. I want to look at, let's actually do it on bonus. Here we go. Now we have coin. Now we can see all the different types of coins and other things. You can even do rupees if you want, as you can see. I might do these, actually. We'll do these like this. Got some coinage there. Now the ceiling is kind of low here, so I'm not sure if I'm actually might bring all of these things up just a tad. Now that also means we gotta go back to here. We gotta go, remember, bring this down to make it nice and whatever. And we're gonna grab all this, we're gonna bring it up one. Same thing here. Bring this, grab it up one. Boom. Because again, I wanted to fill the space a little bit nicer, and there's a ceiling on this in this level, but I don't think there really needs to be. I might just keep it open at the top. I mean, this is the barrier anyway. I don't know. I can't make the barrier lower than the starting one, so that kind of sucks, but yeah. The point is you can make it really big if you want to, which is really nice, which in Mario Maker is a lot more limited. Which here it seems almost infinite, so. We do have this though, so we're gonna have this come from all the way on top, and we're gonna have it go above the screen so that you can't cheat by going over. We have those 2 coins here to kind of see. Oh, we actually think we have 3 here, don't we? Yep, 3. There we go. 3 coins there, and we also have a fish. Let's get a fish going. This cheap. And now we can change this. We have the cheap algorithm here. We can have it wavy swim and horizontal. We can have it jump. So we can have it jump out. If this is like kind of outside and there's water at the bottom of the stage, you can make him jump out of the water. And you can have it bounce. I don't really remember what that means. You can have it swim straight vertically, or you can make it straight vertically up or down. You can make it swim horizontally left or right. You can have it go turn. You can go it up and down. So where it turns up and down, or left and right. You can have it as a projectile. So that treats it as a little bit different item. Stuff like that. So you have lots of cool options, and I wish Mario Maker had something like this where you could change it. In Mario Maker, it does more stuff where it's like, oh, red winged Koopa, like the red cheeps turn around and the green ones just go straight. And that's an okay way to do it, but I wish you could just I wish there were even more options like this, right? It's a lot, but you know, I like having all the freedom and being able to do what I want with it. So let's just have this one go straight horizontally, and we're gonna have it go left. Or we could have it go right and hit the wall. You know what? I'll set it random. If both work, why not have it random? Now we're gonna have a red cheap over here, and we're gonna have it on top of this coin. And we're gonna do this one as well. We're gonna see what do we want for this. We can have this one. What does bounce do? I want to see what bounce does. Does it literally just like, oh, okay, I'm not, does it bounce off surfaces? I mean, it's not something I'm going to want to use here, I don't think. So I think that might be for like that might be for a setting where it's like outside. That might be what it's better used for. I don't really know. But yeah, we're just going to have this one also to swim straight. And we're going to have this one also random direction, because it doesn't really matter, because there's going to be another wall over here that I'm about to make right now. I'm not sure if these blue blocks are doing it, but we'll see. I don't know. I might want to make it like the green ones. I don't know. We'll keep it for now, and we'll see how it looks. I don't think I'm entirely liking it yet, but we'll see. I'm going to put that 2 up, actually. And we're going to have a blooper here. We'll have our lovely pink squid right here. We're going to have it, yeah, chase player, rise duration. I've never really, like, messed with that. What does it say for it? Oh, number of frames. Oh, I'm not really going to mess with that then, as of for right now. I think the way it is fine. Okay, we have a cheap here. We're going to have it just... have it right there. I'm just going to have it do something. We're going to have it Is there another wall that over here? Yes, there is. Okay, I'll have it go horizontal again. Having things going pretty simple here. We're going to have it go random direction, and we'll just do that. And we're just going to keep, yeah, let's also keep going for the background thing here. Let's also continue this, just moving this all the way across. There we go. That looks good. We'll go back to NBCs because we'll probably go back to that. This will be coming from the top. Again, it looks weird now with the background, but once it's covered in the all blue, these blocks may look better. Do sand down here. Yep. It looks weird because it's like this tile set doesn't have like an edge to it, so it kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't like it too much, but we'll see. Maybe it looks okay. Like, does it look weird? Yeah, because look how cut off it looks. I don't like that. So we're gonna still use it, but we're gonna cover the outer edges of maybe something like this, or we could just do more of these blue blocks. Honestly, I don't know. Let's just do more of the blue blocks to kind of help cover it. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I haven't recorded a video in a long time in general, but it's not like I don't talk, so I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm just being weird. I have been awake for a long time now, and it's also getting late, so I should probably wrap this up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's do, we'll do 11. That's about how much it is. Let's also make sure we put that on the ground. Okay, we have this part on the inside. Fill that in. Awesome. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to do this sand down here. I think there's something else that can look a lot better, and I think I'm just going to do these. I think this will look a lot better here. So we'll just do this. Maybe not a lot better, but I think it'll look good. It'll look fine. We'll have some pipes here. There we go. Building pipes here. Have that. We're going to have a little area in here to grab a lot of coins and some power-ups. But again, it's enclosed, so getting in and out is going to be a little bit tough, especially with the Lakitu around. So we have to remember that he's still going to be there unless you kill him. We'll go to this, and we'll grab the coins. So let's fill it in with the coins first. We'll go like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, like 5. 6. Yeah, we'll just do like that, and then we'll have, Okay. Boom, 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 boom. That looks pretty good. And then we're just going to have this. I think we'll just close it off with this. There we go. And then here we're going to have some power-ups, some hidden power-ups for us. Like right here. We're going to have, I'm not going to make both of them invisible like they are in here. Like, this is an example of me making the level a little bit easier on this version. I'm going to have one of them visible, which will be this one. And then I'll make this one invisible to him, because normally I like, sometimes things are symmetrical, and so you'll look for symmetry. And if you see the block here and not one here, you can gradually sometimes gravitate over to here to try and see if there is something on that side. And in this case, there will be. I think one of these will have a power up, and one of them will have an enemy. Now they both. All right, so this one is going to have a 1-up in it, actually. Actually, no. Well, we'll see. Let's see what do we want to have in here. I could actually give an item here, like a cool item. So let's see if we can have. The other one will have a power up. The Billy Gun. There's something to make a level about that. Though that's really cool. It's a bullet bill can you shoot that shoots bullets rapid fire, and they're friendly to you. You can just kill enemies with it. You know what? I'll do the Billy Gun. But I'll make it so that you can't take it to the outside area, so that you can't have it for the rest of the night, because the Billy Gun is strong. The Billy Gun is very strong. Now in here we're gonna have a power up. We're gonna have NPC power ups. Yeah, there we go. I'll do something simple. I'm just gonna do this mushroom, which the way this mushroom works actually is if you, oh, shouldn't have done that. The way this SMB2 mushroom works in this game actually is that if you, because in most cases, most characters you play as, you can save an item on the top of your screen that you can use later. So if you have a mushroom and you grab another mushroom, it actually stores it and you can call it down later, kind of like you can in Mario World and in like New Super Mario Bros. DS and stuff like that. You can call down a mushroom or whatever you have in there, another fire flower or something mid-level if you need to by pressing select. And you can grab it as long as you can catch it when it falls down. And so what this thing does, it actually duplicates whatever. So this, if you don't have any power up, then it'll just power you up and give you a mushroom. But let's say you have a fire flower and then you get this mushroom, it actually duplicates that item, so it gives you another fire flower in your reserve, which is kind of cool. And it's great if you can find one of these and you have like a hammer suit or a tanuki. The hammer suit's busted. Hammer suit is very strong and can kill a lot of things in this game, and it's got a great arc to it. And the tanuki's my favorite power up, so that's why I get excited. But yeah, that's pretty good. And then we're gonna have a cheap in here because again, these rewards can't be here without a challenge. So we're gonna put a. This isn't gonna be that bad. I'm gonna put a green cheap in there, and we'll just have it. I'll have it straight swim vertical. And we'll have it just like right here, kind of just bouncing around. And we'll have it direction random. So if we go in here, and we'll have them just kind of going up and down very slowly. Kind of having him bouncing. Actually, I'll just have, okay, so he doesn't matter. That's just the way he actually literally faces. So we'll just have him face left because that's fine. And then everything else is pretty good here. Yeah. I have a track here. I don't know if I should keep this. I don't know. I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. I think we need to also make this a little bit longer from just the looks of it, but not much. We can have this. This thing just continuously goes up, right? That moves vertically, right? Yeah, okay. Isn't there a way to like make it? Oh, generator, right? Warp. Yeah, let me just make it warp from the bottom. And we just, okay, how do I get back to it? Warp delay every 3 seconds? Let's see how that looks. There you go. And that's simply how to do that. Yep. I think I'm going to do, I mean, I want it to go up and down. No, not really. I want it to go, yeah, up. Yeah, I want it to go up. And then we're going to have spikes up here because, of course, we're mean. Let's just see what happens if we hit the insta-kill blocks. And we're going to do 4 of them, I guess, because that's, yeah. But first off, we don't know if that's where they're going to go quite yet in terms of y-axis. We'll see. Let's go back to here and get back to the pipe section. Yeah, because we're going to make another pipe here. Just going to make it up here, actually. Go like this. Actually, we're just, yeah, we're actually just do it like that. One lower. And we'll do this. We're just going to have this go up. Is there a gap there in that pipe? Oh, that looks so bad. And I know what I mean, I know it should be like this, but I actually have it going both ways, so that sucks. Does that look, oh, that looks so bad. You know what? Here, we'll get rid of 2 of these, and we'll just do 2 like this. That still looks bad, though, but not as bad. That works. Whatever. I'll just make it symmetrical here, and we have something like this. We'll just go like, I think it just goes, yep, like that. That works. We're gonna have, we have the coins that line this, and on this side as well. We have a cheap down here to F you up. Not really. Hopefully it won't. Guys, remember this cheap's here. When you play this level, remember this cheap's here. Don't let it F you up. So we're actually going to have these here. We're going to have them here. So which means that this is going to be a ceiling starting about here, actually. So we're going to take... Yeah. We're going to take the blocks. I'm just going to continue this up here. Which means the Lakitu is going to have to be on this level. So let's bring him down once we start him. This is where we want a ceiling, I think. Or actually, we don't need this to continue all the way. We just need it to continue for like a little bit. So let's just do it like this. Yeah. We'll just have it continue like that for a little bit. I think we're still going to want to have the Lakitu at that level, but we'll see. Now this isn't too hard. Let's make sure that this isn't like too hard. Yeah, no, that's easy to avoid. Even with the Lakitu there, that should be fine. There's also, we're also not done putting the enemies in, but we're almost done putting the enemies in. These types of piranha plants that jump out. I think we go here, is it? I think it's like that. Those that come out. And then we're going to have another cheap. We have a turn horizontal. We're going to put another blooper. Because we hate whoever's playing this level. But the blooper is hiding a reward. We are going to put in a star coin right here. So there's some incentive. Now the star coins are literally like, I don't think they even add to your coin total, but they are there just for incentive. If you want to go the extra mile and like really like take on challenges in my levels, go for the star coins. There's no like reward at the end for collecting them all. There's no requirement that you need a certain number of star coins or anything like that to get certain places. They're strictly there just if you want to have them and if you want to like kind of 100%, you know. I love the fact that I love there being like extra collectibles in all the Mario games, 3D Mario games, 2D Mario games, stuff like that. You know, the star coins, the moons in Mario Odyssey, like the extra ones, like stuff like that. Like, you know, I love like, you know, incentivizing, taking challenges and levels and going to difficult areas. The green stars in 3D World, like, oh man, all good stuff. And so yeah, I'm going to do that in my levels too, because I think that's good. So yeah, let's go back to here. I'm gonna have this like that. Have one less. Make that one lower. We have Koopas here. Okay, we have Koopas here. Koopa Troopas. We have 2 of them just sitting there like that. Now let's see what we want them to do. I think we want to make these guys move in unison, whatever they do. And we'll have them random. You can't make them equally random, but, you know. Hey, another red cheap here. This is where I'm just like following some of the enemy placement to a T, because it's like this is like basic stuff. Now let's set him to wavy swim horizontal, so he'll go like this, which is always fun. We're gonna set him on random because we're actually almost at the end here. This is like where the exit to this area is going to be, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have another green cheap right above him doing just a straight swim. Yeah, have him also at random. So we have that. Okay, right there like that. And then we have the blocks like this. This is also another secret area here. We're going to have it go like 1, 2. And then we have like this. So there's going to be a little bit in. Maybe not that far in. I don't know, we'll see in a second. Oh no, it needs to go a little bit farther. So I think I'm actually was just about right with my estimate. I might just make all of this blue since it's all kind of continuing. Like having just one area green. Let's not make that area at the end green, but let's just see. I want to see how this looks, and then we can change it later. But we're gonna make this all blue for right now. Trying to keep it consistent. Actually, we're just gonna have it. I think we're just gonna have one. We're just gonna have one of these. So we'll just have it like that, because it's gonna be the very edge. So yeah, that works. And then we're gonna have this thing be the. We're gonna have these guys to be the sea urchins or whatever, I think. So we have the sea urchins somewhere as an enemy here, right? Or is it in blocks? I think it's in blocks, the jellyfish. Is it also, there also something in here for it? Water. Oh, no, I guess not. All right, well, I'm just gonna make them jellyfish. So have those there ready to construct. But here we have two. I'm actually going to make it a little bit. No, it's fine. We can do this. No, let's do it a little bit higher. Let's just do it a little bit higher. Give it a little bit. Give the player a little bit more room. Okay, there we go. And then I think here we move up. Now here is where we do this. We are making a very narrow passageway to get up to this. And we just do that. And we just kind of fill in the rest here. And that is where our other star coin is going to go, right here. Yep. And we also have a cheap like right here. So let's just, we have that, and this is gonna be the pipe to get out. So we're just gonna have the pipe, have it like this. Then we have this just lead up, because that's the direction we're going to get out. And we will have, that'll be it. We're gonna make another warp. We're gonna set entrance right here. We're gonna have it be a pipe warp. Entrance will be going in from the side, and then we're probably gonna come up. That's my guess is where the exit will be. Well, we'll get there when we get there. But now let's finish just putting the water in, because everything else is good here. So let's just go to here, background, objects, put this in. I don't know if this continues over. Oh, it goes behind the pipe. Okay, interesting. But it still shows. That's good. So we're just going to zoom out a little bit. We're just going to do one of these. I'm actually going to take this away for a second. And we're going to do this. Copy. Paste. Paste. See, there's a lot quicker of a way to do this. Paste. 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 See how much easier this makes it? And I could have done it even bigger. I could have even saved even more time. But this is saving a good amount. Paste. And then paste. And then we're just going to put that there. That's fine. There's extra on the edges. You can delete it if you want, but, you know, doesn't really take. Again, everything that's off screen is not really happening, so. But hey, this, and now that I'm looking at it, the blue blocks look pretty good, you know? The green would have also, like the green for this would have also looked really good, but I'm happy with it. So I'm happy with this. And yeah, it's a little boring. It just it's basic blue background, but you know what? That's not bad. That's not terrible. We have our Lakitu here. Lakitu is just going to sit there, really. He's just going to kind of go, he's going to go right here. I'm going to give him a delay on his throw. This is probably the number of frames, right? Frames. Yeah, I'm just going to make him like 280. Maybe I'll make him a little bit. Now, let's see. Let's put our character at the beginning and see how this area pans out. Oh, I swam right into that. That's okay. I also have it so my character starts with a mushroom just so I can't. Like, you can change that if you want. And I know it's silent. We don't have music yet, but yes, we'll grab Oh yeah, the bloopers can't get in here. They can't go past. Here's the Bill blaster thing. The Billy gun. It's a little noisy, but hey, why was the? Oh God, what happened to that blooper? What is going on? Wait, oh wait, some of these fish are moving. Why are some of these fish not moving? I don't know why this guy was like that, and I don't know why this guy wasn't moving. So let's just wait. Why was this guy not moving? Yeah, why is he not moving? It's because I have it on random. Sometimes putting them on random direction makes them just kind of stand still. So let's have another look through and see which one of these, which ones. I mean, I know I'm just taking a hit here. I'm just trying to get over to here. Let's beat that guy up a little bit. Let's see which one of these, if any of these guys are standing still. Okay, it's fine now. Yeah, and that's fine. This is not a difficult area. By the way, I just realized that the Lakitu is like not following me. So something about the underwater is affecting him in a way where he's not able to follow us. He's like wigging out. The AI is doing something weird. So let's just real quick try this Lakitu instead and see if this does anything different. Oh, yep, very different. I think part of it was maybe because I think in the original Super Mario Bros, Lakitu wasn't in any of the underwater levels, but in 3 he was. So it's definitely working a lot better here. This makes this part a little bit more dicey now, but still not bad. Just gotta be careful about going too high like this. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the hardest part in this section. And then you can go over here and get the star coin. This really isn't that hard to get. Just gotta control not going too high here, and then also if you hold down and swim, you can like control you're like not rising too much and like hitting stuff you don't want to hit. But yeah, cool. I think that's good. I think that's what we want. I liked how this guy was flying, so that's working great as well. And then yeah, that's good for this section. So now we're gonna go back out here because I'm okay with just reusing this. And we can just go way over here. We're just gonna go boop boop. We're just gonna resize this section and just go way past because I think we have some more work to do. So we're almost at the end, everyone, so we don't need to do too much, but we're gonna go right about here, and we're gonna go back to the vase here. Come out of the vase. Now, how far is that? Yeah, that's far enough. It doesn't matter. Okay. Go like this. Do another one here. Seven. Let's actually do something really cool real quick also, by the way. Let's make like a little, I'm not sure if the other ones have it. Not really. Is there one here? Fossil? No. They got like these what are they called? Like bones? Yeah. These are kind of like these bones that kind of just sit here. It's kind of cool. Kind of do that. You can make it a little bit longer if you'd like. It's kind of cool. That's just a background element, but it's kind of neat. So I just thought I'd put that there just because it's funny to do it now. I usually go back in when I'm like done creating my pack. I usually then go back through all the levels that I've made and then add in like little background elements to make things look a little bit prettier. But for right now, I'm just focused on getting like the actual assets in there and the structure and the level functioning and playable. So yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna have this one be the rocks or whatever it was. Stones. Yes. However, this one may actually have to be Yeah. Actually, I can do something different with this. Actually, I'll make this one the Mario World things like this. This one's going to have something in it. It's going to have a reward. I might just make it... Yeah, I might just make it coins or something. And just make it a lot of coins. I'll just make it like 8. And also we have the thing going on again here. So we're going to have a... Ooh. You know what? Let's have 2 vases coming down. So we'll do like this. And then we'll do whatever I did over here. Oh, it's just more of that. Okay. I guess I'll just... Yeah, I guess I'll just do this. You have a Monty Mole up there. Let's do the Monty Mole. It's funny. And then we have in here we're just gonna have the piranha plants. These red ones here. Make them both go down. There we go. We have a Blackatoo actually here. Okay. Okay. I might want to change what's in the water area then, because we don't need 2 Lakitus necessarily. But we'll put him there. Make this one actually go up a little bit higher. Yeah, and then we'll have the same thing. The piranha. Actually, no. We want the pipe cobra for this one. So we'll do the pipe cobra. Yeah. Okay. You also have a couple Koopas, but we're not gonna do the... Actually, no, meh. Yeah, we will. We'll do the yellow ones again. Yep. Did these ones fall off ledges? Did the yellow ones fall off ledges? Doesn't. Okay, good. I didn't want them to. Now we, now we continue. Now we're gonna create a moving platform. And we're gonna have to put it on line guides on a track, which I wish you could make them invisible. Maybe you can. I don't know. I should really look into that actually. But we just look up line. Yep, line guides. Can you make these invisible? No, you can't. That sucks. Sometimes I just want to have like a platform moving where it's not very visible, but you know, just have it floating. But oh well. So yeah, that's gonna be the middle. Just gonna have it go a little bit further, and that's pretty good. And then we'll put our rotators on the end. I'm gonna make these yellow, because these yellow ones, because they're a little bit easier to blend in, and I just like how they look a little bit better than these rotating things. And then we'll find the platform to put on there. I think we'll just do 2 doesn't have anything on there for that, but we can definitely find something. We have this sometimes takes a little while, but we should be fine. Have this here in the middle. Put that in there. We're gonna have it start active. Yes. So we want it to start moving when it comes on screen, not when we step on it, it starts moving. So yeah, and we'll have it go left first. So let's test that out real quick. Why did that take a second? Hold on, that took like a second to start up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. No, it's working. There we go. I like the look of that platform here. It's from Yoshi's Island, so that's cool. Now we have the little bits of treacherous area here. We have... This is a pretty treacherous ending to this level. Kinda. A little difficult here, but, you know. Since when our TPwein level is not difficult at the end? Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3 gap. Do this like that. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just do 4. And we'll get these. Go to the stones. Put those in. I might extend this section a little bit too, because it's a little short. I'm deviating a little bit from my structure here, just because I want to make this a little bit longer. But you'll see what I'm getting to in a second, by the way. You may be able to already know if you know me. I wonder if this, I don't know if that's even possible. Is that even possible? No, it is. It is. Gonna make it like this. Just 3 in the middle. And then we'll do 4. And then, yeah, maybe one more. We need to make this a little bit larger now that I've done that. Do that, and then we'll take it from there. We'll do it like that. We'll make this 5 in the middle. Just because why not? And then there we go. And then we'll do the next part, which will be a pipe coming down. Oh yeah. Also, I forgot, back here we want to put that little kind of like scaffolding kind of thing, the rickety stuff. Like this. Coming down like this. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. Now, for this part, for my next trick, we are going to put the P-switches in. The treacherous P-switches. There's one there. That one's pretty easy to avoid. This one's going to be here. That one's going to be a little bit harder to avoid. Actually, I'm going to put it here. So you have to avoid stepping on those, because if you step on those, right, these blocks beneath you turn to coins and you fall. So that is kind of where this sits right now. So we're going to put another P-switch in. We're going to copy and paste the P-switch. Although I actually want to put it here. And then we'll do this one here. I'm actually put two P-switches on this one. So now we have this, and we have to do this without setting the P. This isn't that hard, but like it's again, you know. I don't even know if you can do P-switch jumps on this. Oh, you can. You can do P jumps on this. But and again, it's not too hard. Why are there a million Lakitus? What the heck happened? Wait, he's throwing Lakitus. Why is he throwing Lakitus? He's just throwing more of himself. Is that what he defaults to? That can't... Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm just going to make him throw normal stuff, I think. Just look at spiny egg. Yeah, this. Jeez, they default to throwing more of themselves. See, that's what happens. Yeah. Okay, that's good though. I'm happy with that. We have this over here, and then we get to the end. So this is the end of the level right here. I may need to. I think we need to resize this a little bit farther out this way, but this is the end. So we're gonna have the rocks up there, first of all. But first, let's just look. We're gonna look at. Ooh, this is gonna be tough if we actually have these as the vases. But I think we're gonna have to do it like that. We're just gonna have this go all the way up. Yeah, we can just have this go all the way up. And we're gonna have this be the piranhas. Yeah, I'm just gonna have these be piranhas. Yep. And then we'll have right about here. It's gonna go just up here, I think. Yeah, we'll have it just be the same. We'll just have this ending be consistent with the piranhas. We'll just have them all be the red ones. And then we'll have another one snaking up like this. Right on these. Actually, we'll have it like that, yeah. Maybe we'll have them be even higher. Yeah, maybe these go up. That'll be a challenge. put the same piranha. Oops. Yep, there we go. We're gonna do it here. We're gonna have it after 3. Yep. And we're gonna have, this is gonna be weird. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to replicate this. So let me build this out first, and so I can explain what's going on here. So here's like a rough like structure of what I have going on here. So right here is where we're going to have, let's just, for example, for now, let's just put the flagpole there, right? This isn't a very good example because I'm not going to use this type of flagpole, but let's just say, right, the flagpole's there, right? So what I have on my level in Mario Maker, right, is I have a pipe that has an enemy, that actually has a parachute attached to it, because you can add that to almost any anime too, where you can make it fall slowly and it parachutes down instead of it just falling with gravity like normal. And I have it parachuting down like this, and requires you to have to spin jump on it while it's going like this down there, to spin jump, hit it, and then get onto the flagpole and to safety and to finish the level. You can't add parachutes onto things here. So I don't know if the obstacle I'm trying to execute here, I don't know if is possible in this level editor. Parachute. Yeah, but there's got to be something in here that I can do that falls. We got to find something that falls slowly that Mario can spin jump on. That's basically it. And it's fine. Honestly, it's fine if it doesn't go in a wave either. We can settle for something that just goes down like straight. Like, I'm sure we can have, well, the problem is if we have things come out of here, I may just have to use something else. I'm not sure. Because we can make this a generator, right? We can have, for example, and I'm not sure how to do this yet, but like, let's say, like, we can literally just have like, for example, let's just say we have this Koopa Troopa here, right? Or let's make him yellow just because. We can have him be a generator. And what I mean by a generator means he will come out of this pipe. We can have it set to this direction and it will come out of this pipe. And they'll have one of these guys will come out of the pipe every 2 seconds or 4 seconds or something like that, right? If I want to say warp. Or we can have a projectile, which means it'll shoot it out. The problem is, oh, well, let's set this here for right now. The problem is, when this happens, he's going to just fall. I want him to fly straight down. Oh, wait, I can. No, I can't. Oh, no, I can. Right here. Fly vertical. Oh, well, there we go. And we want him to go right, which means down in this case. So I think, let's see if this works. I may have just figured it out. That's it. Now we don't want it every 4 seconds anymore. And I'm not sure if we want Koopa Troopa for this either. Maybe we want, well, nothing else is going to fall that slowly. I didn't want something you had to spin jump on, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. Does this thing have multiple? No. I don't know if that'll be possible, but I'm going to take a little look real quick and I'll come back to you and I'll let you know. I'm not really finding anything else in here that'll really work for this. So I'm going to do this, and it's going to be the same exact thing, except I'm going to make it this guy because he looks kind of funny. And he also he's not facing the right like the Koopa will be. He kind of just faces forward. So I think this will look a little bit better. Have him fly vertical. And then we're going to have him on a generator coming out of the pipe downward. And we're going to do it every maybe 5 seconds, I think is probably pretty good. Now let's see how that looks. Again, this is the end of the level. Here he comes. And then we go like this. Because there's no way, and we can even test it right now, there's no shot you make this jump. Normally, there's no shot you make that jump. Unless you have some sort, unless you're playing a character with like a double jump or something like that, which I guess you can do, but like, you know, the recommended characters to play these levels are, because it's like, because you can play a bunch of different characters in this. There's like a bunch of different characters that you can play as, like Rosalina that has like a double jump, or I'm not sure if she has it. One of them does. Mega Man, Wario, Bowser. You can like recruit enemies as you like. They have some really cool abilities. But I didn't. My levels in this are designed mainly for these main four: Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. The other ones are kind of like, you can play as them if you want in my levels, but you could break levels with these characters, and there may be some characters that there's no guarantee you can beat every level with every character, because they're just not designed around those characters. That's not who I test them for. So, you know, that's the risk you're willing to take if you want to play those extra characters. There are also some skins for each character, so that's also kind of cool. So now that this is done, let's real quick fill in this so this looks nice. That looks nice. Looks pretty nice. And then let's see what kind of exit we want to have, just aesthetically and also, you know, mechanically. So we have, it's going to be an NPC, and it's going to be in goals and checkpoints. So here are options. You have the spear and the crystal ball. These are really what you get for like defeating bosses. They'll drop these, or you can just have them appear through an event when it drops these. Oh, did I actually ever make my exit, by the way? No, I didn't. Let's make my exit for my warp here. Exit here. And we're going to have it warp up. There we go. Perfect. Make sure we don't forget that. But here, also, what's going on over here? There's also more scaffolding. Let's do the more scaffolding. Let's just do this so I don't forget. Bear with me. Just going to do kind of like this. Kind of like that. That looks pretty good. And then, actually, let's just do one less. Let's just do this. 3, maybe. Yeah. And then we're going to do more of it over here. Like, just like right here. I don't even know if this is going to look good here. This may look bad here. But let's see. It looks pretty good. But yeah, let's go back to this. We gotta have the gold orb. Although this, I don't know. We gotta have the gold orb. I think I might go for the card roulette. So this thing. Now I need to see for background elements, because for the card roulette you normally have like that black background that fades in, that comes in before you get to one of these. But let's go for background elements. We have the box that goes around the card roulette thing, of course. And then let's also see if this works, right? We want this to be kind of like what if we put it here? Oops. Now, does this go behind? I want to see. Does this go behind? Oh, it does go behind. Ooh, that'll look good then. Perfect. See what I'm doing here? We're adding aesthetics. We're making it like the games. We're just going to kind of pull it all the way down, even though it's not necessary that we pull it all the way down, but we're going to do that anyway, because we're cool like that. Oops. Make sure you're doing this straight. That's okay. That's off screen. So that's good, and that looks really good. I think that's a good ending. Yeah, I think that's a good ending. I think I might move this up a little bit to fill that space a little bit nicer, but I think that looks pretty good. And that is the level for the most part. There's still some things I want to do. Like, there's still some extra things I need. There's still like the final things I need to do. But this is pretty much, the structure is done. We're going to move Mario back to here. I also want to revisit this and change this enemy type now that we don't really need 2 Lakitus. So I'm going to revisit this, and we're going to see what else we can have down here that's also still a threat, if anything at all. You can, okay, I think I'm gonna do this guy instead. This guy, what is it called? I'm curious. What is it called? Spiky Fire Chomp. Okay. And we're gonna go to his thing here. We can close the warp section because we're done. Yeah, not too many secrets in this world. This is just the in-between section. There's not really any secret areas. I can add one if I want, maybe, but maybe later. We can change the length of his tail, like his firebar tail. I think I'm just gonna make it 5. Make it a little bit tougher. Respawns. Ooh. So if you kill him, he respawns. Let's say yes. After a set time if defeated. Respawn delay. 12 seconds. Because we're underwater, move slower. Let's test this real quick and see if this is too oppressive or if it's too easy. Actually, it's not going to be too easy no matter what. Yeah, this is going to be plenty difficult, I think. Oh my god. I'm liking it so far, though. It's not too hard because, his tail isn't incredibly long. I'm worried about how hard this is going to be. Can you kill him with the billy gun? Oh, you can't kill him with the billy gun. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's pretty good. I could even make his thing shorter. I think I might actually just make it shorter because yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to make the thing shorter. Yep. Because he just wants someone to pursue, but I don't need him to take up too much space. But okay, that's good. And there we go. The last things we need to do is, besides testing our level, is making it so that... okay, we can delete that now. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do music. Let's add our music. So we'll go over to here. And this is fine. So we'll choose our music for each section. In this case, we only have 2 sections, so it's very small. Very few that we have to do. But here, we want some sort of desert theme. So, for example, right now we have some desert themes. We have like some overworld themes. We have like the Mario 2 like overworld right there. And we can even play it here if we want to. You can listen to it. But we can also let's for right now, let's just do this. The because it's a desert theme. So we'll just do that. We'll just play that. And then under here we can do whatever else you want. Probably an underwater theme, but it can really be whatever you want. Let's see. So right for this one, we'll just do Super Mario Bros. 1 water theme. That sounds pretty good. And I might change these later, but right now I'm just doing this for your sake. I'm also trying to get this video done because I've been at this a while. And I have been doing this in one sitting. And I don't usually do these in one sitting, but I wanted to get this video recorded. Yes. And the last thing I'm going to do before I save here, before I get this ready here, is I'm going to put in some little effects. There are little effects you can put on. You don't have to if you want. I don't always do it, but sometimes it's kind of cool. You can put in weather effects. So, for example, like this. You can have like rain. So, like if you can have it rain. You can have the rain come down like vertical and stuff like that. You can have starfall, sand breeze. Sand breeze is probably what I'm going to want to use for this. But rain, snow, fog, sandstorm. Sandstorm, we could, if you really wanted to, blocks your vision a little bit too. And that looks pretty good there, but I think maybe the sand breeze would be better. It's more subtle. It's very hard to see here actually, but I think it looks very nice. Oh my god. The jump's a little bit harder to make than you think. But yeah, Sand Breeze looks pretty good. You can also do screen effects. You can make it wavy so that like, you know, there's lava or something like, or it's hot, right? Like, you know, that also kind of works. And there's underwater's mist. You can make it inverted if you want to make things look really screwed up. You can make it sepia, you can make it grayscale, you can make it look like a Game Boy. But it's also really cool. Like there's a lot of cool effects. These are more like filters. And so I don't really do this very often. The ones under here too much, but I could do wavy. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna keep this one off. I'm gonna keep the screen effects off. I'm gonna keep the Sand Breeze on. And we'll do that. And then for the underwater area, what I like to do is we can go not here, nothing under here, but we can do like, let's see, we can do like simple, we can do caustics, right? Which, you know, oh wait, let's make sure we're the music. So now you can see the reflections on the pipes. You can see like the reflections of, you know, sunlight hitting water and stuff like that, and on the blocks. You can make it to say underwater. So now the screens kind of waving a little bit left and right. You can see everything's kind of has a little bit of a wave to it, and it also has the caustics in there too. So that's really cool. Yeah, maybe I'll do simple underwater. So it's a little bit less distracting. It's a little bit lower res. It's a little bit more subtle, but it's still there and it's nice. So that looks good. And that's pretty much all I need. I'm pretty much ready for my level to be complete. I think it is. So I'm gonna save it. And then I'm gonna go to here, my world file. And I'm going to right click on this level where this level will be. I'm going to go to properties, level file, so you can browse. And now this is in here since it's saved and in this folder. I'm going to go to, where is it? Rocky Road Desert. There it is. And now that is in that level icon. That icon now holds this level's file on it. And there you go. And you can go back and change it anytime. And that's really cool stuff. But yeah, I thought, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I love doing this stuff. It's super fun. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. If it was boring, I'm sorry. But if you're still here, thanks for sticking it out. You know, if anyone cares, you know, this is a video just to kind of go through like my process of going through my process of level creating and kind of what my process is like, if anyone was curious. And if anyone likes my levels, this is kind of how I do it. And if you want to make levels of your own, don't be discouraged. Like, you can make anything, you know, even if it's not the greatest thing in the world, it doesn't have to be. You know, I've had people tell me that my levels are like really like I've had people tell me my levels are terrible, like, but just in the fact that they're really hard and they're, you know, they're sadistic sometimes, and that is very true. I acknowledge that. But I've also had a lot of people say that like they have fun with my levels and they're also really well made. And that I've even had someone tell me that like these levels are like on par for like what like things that like almost like Nintendo would put out. Like this seems like you could, you know. So, and I really appreciate hearing those things. You know, I put a lot of work into these, and you know, while my first pack that I made was actually ripped off of Super Mario Bros. 1, just made them harder. That was kind of my jumping off point, you know. And now I came up with some more original ideas like this, and this is a pretty simple level, like design wise. This isn't anything crazy. This is very simple, but it's difficult and it's got some spice to it. And the ones that you know, this is my third of 5, actually 6 packs. I think I'm going to split it up, my last one up, of 6 packs. So, you know, from here they get harder. You know, my levels gradually get harder as you get down the pack. So this is moderate. This is pretty hard. You know, for a casual platformer player, this will be pretty hard, but like, you know, nothing that you can't do. So let's just test the level real quick and see how it feels. You know, I think I owe you guys that much after watching this grid for the past, however long. So let's see how it plays. And I'll also full screen it for you guys so you guys can see. I'm going to do this with keyboard, and I'm not great with keyboard, but let's see how it plays. We can kick this up. We have our Yoshi. Pink Yoshi spit up veggies after swallowing enemies. Awesome. And I didn't even think about how this would interact. Well, there goes the Yoshi. So let's see it in action first. You saw him spit out the veggie there, but you know. Let's just kill that guy. So we just let him kind of do that. Now I can't actually pick this guy up anymore because I have Yoshi, but I can kill him with the veggie. Look at that. I'm gonna try and kill him. Man, those things come from off screen. Jeez. Those... Now we don't want to hit that P-switch. Ooh. Alright. Now we gotta be careful here. Can I bounce on top of this guy? No, but tried. I can't remember if you can swallow the hammer specifically in this game, so I wasn't gonna try, but there we go. Alright, cool. I like the Yoshi that spits out the turnips. I think that's my favorite Yoshi. It's funny. Now, aside from occasional mistakes I'm making, this is a pretty easy level for me. But, like, we want to get this guy. Ooh, perfect. Okay. There's the bombshell Koopa thing. There's the ice flower. Let's grab the ice flower. I'm going to go this way because I'm going to go the harder route. There we go. We have him out. Whoa. Okay. Let's bring him into here. And this is also there may be something wrong, by the way. That's not, yeah, okay. This, yeah, I may need to tune down this area a little bit because that was very, very hard not to get hit right there. Like, I basically had to give up. Now let's see what happens here if I die here, because I might. I do want the billy gun. I'm gonna call down the mushroom. Wait another round for him to pass, and then we're gonna grab whatever's in this power-up box. Okay, that's fine. You know, I forgot it was that, so it wasn't really worth getting that, but... Oh my god, he's chasing me so violently. But so far, this isn't too hard. So far, this isn't too hard. It's harder than the rest of the level. I'm gonna go for the... Nah, I'm not gonna go for that. Oh, I forgot about this thing. This thing may not be even possible with this guy around. I don't know if that's... I mean, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I don't think it's... I think it's very hard. I don't know. I'll try it again. Yeah, so there's a little bit too much going on at the beginning there when you... And also the animation for you coming out of the pipe. Okay, that was stupid. The animation for you coming out of the pipe also kind of... Like, it is slow, so you don't have a lot of time to react when you get into a new area. Like, these guys are already firing. I bet I can make it up. Well, okay, I can make it up there without getting hit. So that was good. Want to bait that guy to go up a little bit. Want to bait this guy a little bit too. Whoa! Alright, that's fine. We're gonna get the, we're just gonna go for it, I think. I think we're just gonna go for it because this guy is chasing us very violently. And I don't like it, but... I'm gonna circle back and get this coin because I'm just that determined to get that coin. But that's all. That's, you know, I'm okay with that. That's all I'm willing to stay out here for. Here we go. We have this. We have this. Okay. But yeah, I may need to tune that area down a little bit. So that's good to know. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay, I really like this. I really like this section. I really like this section. Ooh, that's right, you go through those blocks. Well... Hey, the first part of this level was easy, but this, once you get here, this is where things pick up a bit. Ooh. Oh, this is not good. I want to go for the mushroom here. I gotta wait for another round. Oh my god, man. Or it doesn't let you bring ice blocks. But now I have the ice flower, so this can help make the other parts of this area easier. We still can't kill this guy. Okay, nope, we already lost it. Yeah, this might be a little bit too hard. Because this area isn't designed... I didn't intend for this area for you to, like, blitz through it like this, or for you to have to. But, oh, well, you kind of can, like that. Again, if you ignore all the extra stuff, you can. I'm gonna try and kill the Lakitu. Ooh, no, I didn't. Oh, God, I didn't. I'm gonna try and kill him here. Nope. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. See how hard this ending is, especially since I don't have any extra hits. Ooh. This guy is a sharp shooter up there. He's throwing more accurately than I expected him to. This is gonna be really tough if he's throwing shit. Oh, God. Alright, so that means some things need to be changed, right? And I don't know if he, like, stays at my level. I think I might need him to go a little bit higher. So let's try that. You literally just swim, like, kind of straight, and that's it. I can't take the billy gun with me, though, so... Ooh, I killed... Oh, god damn it. I like how tough this is. I don't like this part. I think I need to switch this a little bit, because it's not a great... It's a bit handicapping to, like, the way you exit pipes is kind of just, like... You come out really quick. Ooh, let him circle around. Go, 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 go. I got a backup. I got a backup mushroom, so that's actually really good there. So if I need to use it later, I can. That blooper is still, like, glitching out on the pipe there. I don't know why that's happening, but I think that's just kind of him just being weird, so I don't think that really needs to be fixed or anything. Alright, you... I get killed by you so much. I'm going to try and kill the Lakitu here. Alright, kill the Lakitu. I think he respawns, so if not, I should make it so he should. But after a delayed period of time. Oh, you don't actually hit it if you step there. Okay, cool. Well, now we can do this in a lot more of a controlled setting. I should get the mouse off the screen. Alright, let's do this. Let's not F this up either. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Took longer than I expected to, honestly. It was a little more challenging than I thought it was going to be, but hey, that's it for you, and there you go. A pretty good level. Challenging too. So, you know, very, very excited for people to play this one. And now you know everything about this level, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, really. You know, I enjoy doing this. I love making these levels, and I just enjoy games like this, and I've always been into platforms since I was little, so be able to create my own stuff and have others enjoy it and rage at it, you know, it all brings joy to me. It really does. It really, you know, I get really excited when people like try out my levels and stuff like that. It makes me, you know, very happy, you know, for both the sadistic stuff and just for people just enjoying it. You know, I've actually had some people actually enjoy my levels, and so, you know, I'm glad that I can provide that, and it's kind of cool to call it my own. And I even have my own website I have my own website on Wix for my Mario Maker levels. I will eventually once I complete all these and port these over, I'll put these up there too. But I also do have a website for my Mario Maker levels that you can check out. That'll also be in the description below if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, that's it for everyone. I'm going to bring this video to a close. It's been going on long enough now. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been me making a level, porting one of my Mario Maker levels over to SMBX 2 and messing around in here for a bit. It's been super fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.